What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the new stream for today's session. Big day. Hope you guys are ready to rock and roll. We had some dollar news today. It was actually bullish yet. I'm actually in a long for GU. We already took 2 tick profits right now. Very interesting. We actually are going up, but maybe we're coming down very soon here. You need to keep a very close eye on the dollar right now. We're going to talk about the dollar. We're going to talk about the biggest currency, or the second biggest currency today. We're going to talk about the euro, focusing on the euro especially here. All right, we have the ECB, monetary policy statement, the interest rate decision, the press conference, and of course our aunt Christine Lagarde is going to speak as well. We're going to listen to the press conference. We're going to see what she's going to say about the dollar, or about the euro, about the interest rates, about the energy crisis, about everything. All right, we're going to find out very soon. Hope you guys are doing well. Absolutely amazing. Today we absolutely crushed it with our man Thomas, one of our top tier traders in our community. We're building a beautiful community. We're expanding every single week. We're trying to get more top tier traders in our community to form a alliance and to just start, you know, really crushing the live trading. All right, also in Discord. This is what we did today. We had 2 beautiful shorts today for the euro US dollar and also for the GU. Everything is tracked in our journal right here. Absolutely fantastic. We are right now on the rise of making sure that we are killing the London sessions as well. Sometimes we have some bad days, but most of the time we have some very good days here. You saw clearly that we had this beautiful short, or actually 2 shorts right here. One was for the euro and one was for GU. GU hit TP completely. Euro came down overall. Definitely helped us a lot here with you know, building what we need to build right now. Overall, we are still in a long for GU, regardless of the news for the dollar. A lot of support at the moment. We already took 2 profits, or 2 TPs here. I'm gonna keep this one open regardless of what's gonna happen here. Maybe not, maybe what? Now, wait, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me see what we can do. Okay, I'm gonna close 50% more right now, leave the rest running. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, we took around 80% profit. 80% profit taken. That's what we have to do here. All right, absolute crazy week in general. We're gonna talk about everything regardless. It's gonna be massive today. A lot of things coming. We're looking at the euro US dollar as well, of course, due to the fact that, you know, Christine Lagarde is gonna speak soon. Yeah, I think this one is gonna hit on break even right now for our remaining position. Overall, really nice profit. We made almost 4K this week so far on this account. So things are moving. We are gonna go to what we wanted to go, to the 120K on our account right now. Early, actually by late Friday. All right. So we have 2 more days left to make that happen. Let's see if we can reach the target. However, we're not gonna force anything. We're not gonna force any trades whatsoever. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen here. But our target is coming closer. So this is great news so far. Okay. Let's see what we have in the building today. Before we start, of course, with our regular session. Of course, we're going to look for some new setups. We're going to listen. We're going to see what's going on here. Dollar is increasing in strength finally. We had a lot of liquidity built up here. I'll tell you exactly why I entered GU long. But you will see in a second why I did that at the moment here. Overall, good trade. Overall, very solid trade here. Let's see what we have. We have our man Hennes, my man Vortex, FXX, Luchador, Lonely Trader, Patrenda, Alex. My man Alex is always here crushing it. Jamie is always here crushing it. Thank you, brother. Nick, Quinton, my man. What's happening, bro? Vortex, Systemic, Dre. Much love to you, Dre, as well. Big shout out to Dre, always helping my man, my friend, Crypto Empire, Connor. He's always crushing it in the crypto scene as well. So it's great to have him on our side. Victoria, Tariq, James, Gratis Blaze, Thomas, my man, Sven, Thomas, Wolf, my man. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Another crypto monster. Phil, Raphael, Stacy. Yes, GT Wardle. Amazing, 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 amazing. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna get some dollar break even on a remaining position. Was a good trade. Was a good trade. We're gonna talk about the dollar. We're gonna talk about gold. Gold is still mooning here. Okay, gold is relatively bullish right now, regardless of what the dollar is doing. Even though the dollar is going up, of course, there are a lot of things happening right now in the world. All right, so people are looking for safe havens. Gold is reacting to that. You can see that right now. You see the stock market coming down a little bit. You see the dollar coming up, and you see gold going up. Right, that correlation right there. It's kind of interesting. If you then look at the Bitcoin chart right now, you look at Bitcoin in general. Bitcoin is holding relatively strong right now. All right, it took out these highs. We were waiting for these highs to be taken out. That was just a matter of time right here. Okay, a lot of people see this as resistance. We see this as we follow exactly a double top. We're seeing this as liquidity. We know that there are a lot of stop losses built up here. So what tends to happen is you break these highs, tap into that zone, and then after that is taken, their target is completed, and they can redistribute or accumulate before making a next move. All right, that's what's Bitcoin doing right now. We're in an accumulation or a distribution phase based on, you know, the metrics, based on the overall market right here. Very, very important with Bitcoin, what's going on here. But for now, we're going to talk about the euro-US dollar. Okay, the euro made that massive move here yesterday to the downside. We all know that. We took a massive trade to the downside for the euro-US dollar here. EURjpy. A big trade as well here. Okay. The euro right now is looking for some sort of recovery. You can see clearly that the dollar is now already reacting. We are still in our trade. As of now, a little bit. You see that the euro at this particular moment has been reacting as well. We came down, and this is exactly what we're doing. It's super simple, but it works every single time. Or at least most of the time. Not every single time. I'm not that perfect here. Sometimes you see it failing. Most of the time it's seen working out. And what happens is if you are building liquidity in such a manner, you build such a clean, clear trend here to the upside, and you break the previous low, that's the moment when people are like, okay, euro is going to fall a little bit. All right, so this is what we've seen. Euro came down. Of course, that news from the dollar helped as well. It attributed exactly to that setup. It's always aligning, right? It's always aligning. You always see how that particularly goes. But we have taken out another low, which is kind of interesting. And the question right now is with the euro, what are we going to do? All right, we're going to creep up. Yes. What are we going to do from here? Are we going to go up? Are we going to continue to the downside? This is all going to depend on right now what the policy statement will be. This news will be released in 26 minutes from now. All right, so in 30 minutes roughly, we will have an interest rate decision. I expect a bigger impulse, of course, some more volume coming into the market. Yet, if you think about it, the actual press conference is where the volatility really kicks in. All right, this is where she's going to talk about this, that, like her standard riddle. Okay, we all know what's going on there. However, it's about the tonality. We're going to listen to her tonality. What's the vibe that she's giving us, all right? If she's very strong and she's very like, yes, we need to go to the 2%. We need to increase interest rates. It's not enough. And so on and so on. Then expect a stronger euro, all right? If she's like, oh, inflation is coming down. Things are looking better, blah, blah, blah. Expect potentially a weaker euro as well. But hey, who knows? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen here? I never have any more assumptions right now in regards to the news here. That was also for me the reason to stay in this trade and not just exit straight away. Because if I did, I would have exited here, and I would have definitely lost my second TP when I didn't here. So yeah, you never really know now for sure. Yeah, let's find out. We have taken out all that liquidity on the dollar right here, and now we're coming back down as well. After that has been taken out, we're tapping into that zone, the previous high here, and now you see that we're already getting or some sort of rejection at this particular moment. Okay, so yes, this is definitely something that we need to wait for right now, the ECB press conference. My suggestion is to you guys, if you want to catch some trades today, some more trades with me, then my suggestion is to just look at the actual charts right now. Try to look for some opportunities. Okay, I had an idea in terms of, you know, I wanted to long or keep my short open for the euro. We took some profits during the London session. Then we got stopped out on break even with our remaining positions. So that unfortunately didn't work out. So now we need to look at a couple of charts, get this ready, get this set up, and then we can start thinking about the next step, which is going to be, of course, the actual monetary policy statement. And then based on that, we know what to execute from there. Very, very interesting. All right. That's what we're going to do. We're looking forward to that. So yes, you see that? It's good that I took some more profits, but now we're recovering very significantly here with GU. Could have actually, could definitely actually hold a little bit longer, but hey, you never really know for a fact for sure. So we took that 133, 191. That's it. So that was like 300 bucks. All right. So yes, we're growing this account. This is what we're going to do. We're using this account for the streams only. I only use this for the streams for either the V2 or for, you know, the YouTube. And I'm pretty conservative, I have to say. I'm pretty conservative. I could potentially increase my risk a bit lately or right now. But I like the conservative growth here. Regardless, if you guys, we could maybe at some point double our risk based on the data we have gathered. But that's something that we're going to look for in the near future. Billy Joe says we have to watch to see if she's following the US. Correct, 100%. Nick says, hey bro, can we look at the US30? Yes, we can. Let's do this right now. So we have been talking about the US100 in the community. All right, we were waiting for this low to be broken. Actually, now it's happening. We're seeing exactly that it's breaking right now at this particular moment. We were waiting for this one. Okay, so what was happening here is that if you look on the 5-minute chart, we had this beautiful zone, this area of supply right there. Boom, we got tapped into that area. After we took out these particular equal highs were taken out. There we go. That was taken out right there. After that, tapped into that zone one more time and then sold off from there. So again, if you looked on the 1 minute, very simple. What do you see here? Pretty much the following. You have this particular area of liquidity. This was the low that took out the high. You want to break that low and then it breaks from there. So you could have looked for an entry there. However, if you look on the 10 minute and you look at this massive high that was built up here. This high took out, or this low took out this high. All right. So this high is the highest point. This low had to be broken. We never broke this low. Every single time when we broke this low, we closed above it with a wick. Okay. So this is the first time right now that we are actually closing below it. Okay. That's what we're looking for. So what do you want to see? You want to see right now. Okay. You want to see right now that the US 100 comes up a little bit more and then potentially see the rejection from there. I'm still relatively bearish on the stock market for now. From my perspective here, this is the US 100, right? So let's go to the VIX and then we go to the US 30. So let's go to the VIX first. All right, so the VIX had this equal highs, equal lows taken out, and then it took off from there. If you look on the 5 minute, we saw that we bounced from this beautiful candle structure right here. Again, we wicked above it. That was great to see. Did we close above it? No, we just wicked above it. Okay. Wanted to see, would have preferred to see a closure. That would have been better. However, I'm still convinced that the VIX has some more bullish momentum in it right here overall. Okay, that means more bearish momentum for the stock market. It seems like pretty reasonable. We have that gap above here as well. That gap can be filled. The liquidity here has been taken out. I don't see any reason to go there. And especially if you create a lower low and then a higher high, maybe that could be a nice bounce from there. However, it's a swipe, so we need to see if it actually will create a higher high here. But based on the metrics that we see here, we can start looking at the US30. Just for you guys that know, there is an inverted correlation between the VIX and the indices. So then go to the US30. Of course, the US30 is more on the bearish side. Oh, we're building liquidity very clean though. On the 4 hour. Yet on the lower time frame, you created a beautiful higher high and then that lower low. So that's actually a very good sign here. Why? You take out these levels. So this is first taken out. Then you come up. You tap into this initial zone. That was actually perfect entry right here. A perfect zone right there. This one beautiful. Tapped into that area. Oh, sorry, not this one. Is it this one right here? Let me see on the 2 minute. Yeah, it's this one on the 2 minute. My bad. It's this one right here on the 2 minute chart. Look at that. Look how beautiful candle structures work. It's by far one of the best ways to determine potential key resistance points. Every candle tells a story, all right? And if every candle tells a story, every candle has orders filled or unfulfilled, right? That's what you want here. So we tapped into that zone perfectly. Same thing. This was the previous low. We haven't broken this previous low from that high. We saw already the weakness here. This would not be the perfect entry in my opinion, due to the fact that if we broke this high, it would have been. But we didn't. So maybe I would have looked a little bit lower. So yeah, that's a little bit of a different story. But I think what we can do is wait for the VIX to pull back and actually tap into this candle. At 26, literally. That means that we can come up a little bit. Look at this zone, for example. Look at this candle structure. Look at this low. I would love to actually break structure to the upside on a very, very low basis. So like, you know, coming up a little bit more. Then breaking a low and then look for a trade here. Or just looking for a particular setup on the 1 minute. You see already that you're getting rejected right now. So we're not looking particularly strong right now, to be honest. So I don't see the perfect entry at this particular moment due to the fact that we're super like ranging. But I do see more downside potential for now. I hope that answers the question. I will keep a close eye on it for now to see what's going on here. Okay. Hola Darius says I wasn't able to trade any of the analysis yesterday. I hope I make profit today. Yeah, yesterday was not really a massive trade during New York. Our actual London session was amazing. But New York indeed. Yes. Maybe today will be a little bit better. Nick Mysterious will love the shirt. Thank you, man. I'm rocking these new shirts now. Alright. GT Butter, my man. Much love, Butter. So guys, thank you for the support. Alright, if you guys like what we do, in general, these like regular streams on a regular time, please smash the like button. Would highly recommend you to help the community out, if you want to, of course. No hard feelings. It really works to boost the algorithm, to boost the channel, and to make it more visible to other members in our beautiful community here. So yes, 18 minutes left. So my suggestion right now, let's look at a couple of charts here. So the dollar, of course, bullish news, relatively strong momentum at this particular moment. The VIX, want to see a higher high. Overall, I like what I see. That means more downside potential for the indices. For the US30, for example. Okay. You can already see that there is some liquidity built. I would not be surprised. I think we're going to take this out. I think we're going to come down a little bit for the US30 now. For my particular rules, I don't see the perfect entry though. That's the problem. All right. However, I do expect more downside potential. Then we have, let's go over the basket right now. Let's go over the couple of baskets and then we move forward from there. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. We're going to look at the Euro index breaking, looking weak. Okay. So Euro weak. Dollar getting stronger. Of course, bullish momentum, bullish news here. British pound. Ranging. Australian dollar looking stronger today. Alright, came up eventually. Looking better right now. Had a good recovery from this zone. It's kind of like the point of control from this area here. He tapped into that area and then made that move. The Australian dollar is looking better. Japanese yen. We can use the candle structure for the yen. Yeah, still strong. The yen is still strong. Alright, the yen has still a lot of potential. After this accumulation right now, just continuing its upwards momentum here. So yen strong, euro weak, dollar strong, Canadian dollar. My man Alex, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Gonna be using it for the giveaway for today's session. All right. Canadian dollar right now getting stronger. British pound ranging. New Zealand dollar weak. Okay. With that information, we know what to do, what to look out for. So again, if the dollar is strong, the euro is weak, the yen is strong, the New Zealand dollar is weak, then maybe I'm looking at the dollar and the euro, the dollar right now and the New Zealand dollar. I think we're going to see a lot of downside potential right now for New Zealand dollar against the US dollar here. There is some downside potential. That's number one. After coming up, coming down. Let's see if we break this low on the 1 minute. This is on the 1 minute, guys. So you want to break this particular low. Let's go to the 3 minute. If you look at the 3 minute, you see exactly what I mean. You see that high here. On the 2 minute, actually. Yeah, 2 minute. Or maybe it's just the 1 minute. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I think it's just the 1 minute. It's just the 1 minute. All right. Let's break this low for the New Zealand dollar. Let's see what the dollar is doing then. And maybe there's a trade in the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. That's number one. Then we have the yen strong. Dollar strong. We missed a trade. We missed a pair. Or we missed an asset here. Which one is it? Crypto on watch list too. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely crypto. I have my full list here. Layer 1. Layer 2, gaming, DEXs, a bunch of stuff here. I actually have never really, I've never done a crypto stream before. I actually should do it because I have a lot of, I trade a lot of crypto as well. For the guys that know, I actually started out in crypto before I went to Forex here. Gold, yes, gold and the Swiss franc. You're right. Thank you so much. Gold and the Swiss franc. Swiss franc looks like it's recovering. Create a higher high. Okay. And then gold. Yeah, gold we know. Gold is strong. In my opinion right now, regardless of... oh, it's coming down. It's coming down because of the dollar, of course. Very, very interesting. It was coming up significantly. We created a higher high. We tapped into this particular candle. Look at these candles, guys. Same for crypto, by the way. If you trade crypto, look at candle structures. One of the most powerful tools you can use, especially in crypto, because you can make some crazy trades here with a very low risk. Okay. Yeah, okay. So gold right now is in a strong area of resistance. It has a lot of liquidity built up underneath. This low needs to be broken. So I'm going to set an alert at this low. That's what we need to see right here. Okay. So New Zealand dollar is on our radar. The indices. Potential short. EURjpy continuation to the downside again? Yes. EURjpy continuation to the downside. Broke this low. Broke this low. Broke multiple lows here. Beautiful, beautiful zone here. Okay, EURjpy is interesting. From a zone like this here. Alright, you can take the 5 minute. I would love to look from this this particular zone here. I think that there is definitely some potential to look out for. Gonna set an alert there as well. So I hope you guys see how I actually started out. So just for you guys, if you look at the currency indices, I'm gonna share you again a watch list. For who's not, who doesn't have this one, all right? You look at the structure, and if you do not understand the candles here, for example, this is really, it's really hard to see what's going on here, right? So you just use the lining. For me, you don't look at each particular move, you look at the structure. The higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, okay? That's what you're looking for. Based on that, you can kind of understand roughly what the potential direction is of that particular currency. Based on that, you can compare strengths and weaknesses with each other. And based on that, you can start looking at, okay, strong, weak, strong or weak, and so on and so on. And then you compare both. And that's the overall idea here. We can clearly see that at the moment, the New Zealand dollar is on the weaker side here. So it's losing strength. Okay. Dollar is coming down though, at the moment. But if you look at a couple other setups, for example, let's see if we have the euro. Even the euro is not that strong at the moment. Yet you see it coming. You see it coming down as well here. Couple of interesting setups right here. We are still in our trade. We are still in our position right now. Why no music? I think there is music. Or is there no music? Oh, really silent. Okay. All right. Okay, so euro is coming soon. So in regards to the euro specific pairs right now, we have 9 more minutes left. I would not be surprised if we make a pullback here. But yeah, let's see what's going on here. We have literally no idea what's going on with the euro. It can literally go in any direction. The structure is extremely weak. There is downside potential, but at least a pullback would be nice. EURjpy, interesting. Canadian dollar is very weak. We have the gap above here. Lower low created. That's why. Okay, lower low created on the Canadian dollar, and the euro is kind of consolidating here. All right, so we see kind of the same move for the euro against the Canadian dollar in the lower time frame. We see it coming up a little bit. It's very interesting though. Let's look at this particular move as well. This particular candle. Look at this whole range. This is particularly, this probably is going to be, there we go. Actually, this is fantastic. Look at that reaction. Look at the point of control here of this range. This is the euro against the Canadian dollar. You have this whole area of consolidation. Coming back into that zone will be actually fantastic. If you come back, or if you can come back into that range. We have another one right here. The point of control aligns very well with this particular area. Is it like, yeah, we can use the, yeah, it's actually perfect. Somewhat in that range will be great. I'm actually quite interested in how this will develop here right now. All right, so definitely looking at the euro against the Canadian dollar. Usually I'm not really a big fan of these particular pairs, like the euro Canadian dollar and so on and so on. However, during the news and stuff, we can see what's going on here. It's a little bit of a different day today. So yeah, let's see what's going on. Euro US dollar tapped into that zone. It's actually bouncing, even though you see the same weakness, which is, if you look at the overall structure, it's still bearish here. So let's open the dollar. and the euro index, and then we do we have what we need. Okay, explain the configuration of the profile indicator. I have it in my description. You can look at it. I have a screenshot of it. You can literally see the exact particular screenshot with all the settings right here I use. Okay, check the Australian dollar US dollar for me. I'm going short, level of 65.730. Okay, keep a close eye on the dollar right now, because the dollar is not looking particularly strong. Yes, we came up, but this is not looking strong. All right, when you see something like this, when it's going like in a strong M formation, you want to be careful of the dollar here. You want to be careful with Australian dollar, US dollar shorts, depending on the strength of the Australian dollar, of course. Australian dollar is actually, it's actually coming quite strong today as well. So be careful with shorting Australian dollar against the US dollar. But you are looking for 65.73. I see what you mean. Yeah, there is a bunch of liquidity built up underneath. That's the interesting part here. But yeah, be careful with the dollar. If the dollar is weak, then you'll probably see something like this happening, where okay, if this low has not, if this low can hold, it could be better. It could be better, but if this low gets broken, then you should be a little bit more cautious here. So be aware of this low at 104.44. That should be a determinant factor for the dollar here. Overall, I understand there is a lot of resistance now. There's a lot of liquidity built up underneath, and you see clearly that we are facing a lot of resistance as well. Do you think the euro interest rate will affect the dollar strength? I do think there is a big chance here. Yeah. Can you link FTMO accounts to TradingView? Not sure. Dollar index bounced from 61.8 FIB level on the structure going down. Yeah, I think by the way about that linking to TradingView, maybe you can look. You can use a demo account of a particular broker, and then use a copy trader to copy it to your account. Maybe it's something like that. You need to see if it's possible though. Dollar X bounce from the 61.8 FIB level on the 4-hour structure going down. Yeah, we can zoom out a little bit indeed. We bounced, we actually got rejected from this particular zone here. Yeah. All right, eurjpy coming up. We have it coming here. We have news coming right now. Okay, the deposit facility rate is the same. The interest rate decision is the same, like expected. 50 basis points for the ECB. That should be more bullish, of course, for the euro. But maybe it's already priced in, so we need to find out very soon here. But we have been coming down already massively yesterday. So that's why I would love to be a little bit careful. Yet at the same time, look at that reaction in this particular zone here. Right now we are in that zone for the euro Canadian dollar here. Look at that reaction. There we go. I have the wrong. I see just now. I have the wrong broker here. Ah, we actually wicked out above it on a Wanda here. That's interesting. It's quite the difference, by the way. Okay, we have the 3%. The question is it already priced in, yes or no? All right, let's wait for this reaction. Let's see from there. We wicked above this zone already on the Owana broker. So usually this should indicate more strength for the euro. Let's keep a close eye on this one right now. Euro is also in a very interesting zone right here. Keep in mind, this is a lot of resistance, so we need to break this high. Okay. Look at the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. I will look at it in a second here. Need to focus on the euro right now with the news. We're still in that trade. I cannot believe it. Okay. Okay, euro. Yes, euro Canadian dollar. Aha, okay, we have this zone right here. The value area high of this particular zone. Okay, euro is getting rejected by this area. Euro is getting rejected right now by this zone. We tapped into that area, now we're coming down. We want to break this particular low. Overall, looking still quite like the perfect reaction. Okay, look at the euro Canadian dollar. Look at that. What's the dollar doing, by the way? Dollar is also not looking particularly strong at the moment. Let's have a little sneak peek at the eurojpy. Very similar as well, guys. Look at that reaction. Look at that beautiful zone here. Monstrous, all right? This low we need to break here. There are a couple of interesting pairs right now. EURJPY, Euro Canadian dollar. It's actually very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful here. I'm gonna get to you guys in a second back with the, New Zealand dollar. Perfect reaction. Perfect reaction. So I usually not trade news, I just wait for that reaction, but this was actually the perfect reaction. Okay. Breaking that low. Breaking that low. Euro got rejected by that zone. Needs to break a low. Okay. So the euro came up. It tapped into that zone on the 1 minute. It immediately got sold here. It immediately came down from that particular range. Okay, this is good to know here. All right. EURJPY is definitely looking weaker than the euro Canadian dollar at the moment. The yen is just looking stronger. Yen is looking way stronger right now. So the EURJPY is, I think, the most safe, reliable option. Let's see what we have. What is the London low? Our New York low is here. Asian low was there. Previous New York session. Yeah, I might go short on the euro Japanese yen here. Okay, I'm gonna close this trade. 200 bucks, boom, done. Was a good moment to close right now. Look at it coming down here. We were building too much liquidity to the downside. No need to hold my position here. We took out a beautiful, beautiful setup here. 200, 133, and then 191. Just $300, $500. All right, so that means that the EURJPY right now is a risk-free trade. Let's see how we can operate this one potentially. I think there is potential for the EURJPY here. Again. We have this beautiful zone as well. Euro breaking the lows. Pretty rejection here. We have that liquidity built up here. We broke that low that put in the high. Same story. The yen is quite strong right now. Oh wow, it's already going. It's already going. That's insane. That's insane. Oh, look at the yen. Look at the yen. Look at the yen, guys. Woo. What was the confluence for the GBP trade? Where did it stop before returning? The dollar created a lower low. The dollar broke structure to the downside. I can show you actually where I could show it. It was at 720. 720 right here. Or 712 it was. Yeah, we broke this low. All right, this was the confluence for me for the dollar. We had this build. I saw this one being built here. We saw this low. Right there, we closed below that low. Right there. We tapped into this particular zone. That was for me the entry for GU on the opposite direction. That's how we took the GU trade. Okay. Oh, look at that reaction, guys. Wow, this would have been such a monster trade. Again. Look at that reaction. Whew. All out euro short from the V2 session earlier right here. Yes, we could have held it. I have my stop loss already. I moved my stop loss and it hit my stop loss when I took out already 70%. My 30% was stopped out here. Could have actually hold it on break even. If I did that, I would still be in the EURUSD right now, short. So even me, still making a couple of things, tweaks. Every single day I can improve better. Even though I'm profitable and I'm making money, I can still do better. I can still do better. Absolutely. I cut them out again, 3% on the account. Dollar index taking off. Is it true? Dollar index actually coming down. Oh no, sorry. This no. My bad. No. There we go. Massive pump here. All right, massive reaction right now. That euro trade that we took during the day, that would have been now the perfect entry. This is what my goal was actually. To catch that move here. That's crazy. Where was that trade from? Let's see where we had it. We took it at right here. 106,224. That was our entry. 106,224 was our entry right here. 224. So we took our entry right there. I think some guys in the community even had it slightly higher as well. Yeah, that would have been the crème de la crème again. The crème de la crème. Absolutely crazy here. I still bet that some people right now on the eurojpy here. Who's in the eurojpy right now? Let me know who's in the euro trade. I know people enter. I know it for sure. Okay, as long as you guys are in, it's all good. It's all good. Okay. All right, let's see what else we have. We have a, I will keep a close eye on the eurojpy though. It's actually perfect free fall, okay? So number one, just to know how that you guys get an understanding of how I trade here. You see this line, you tap into that 1 minute zone here, you tap into that area here. Then you see that consolidation. Then you break that high. Okay, some people, we could have looked at it, all right? You could have entered from here, had a massive trade right now during the news. Risky, but definitely possible. If you want to take the risk, would have been a perfect entry here. If you do not, and you see this though, you break that zone and then you break that low that put in that high internally, and you break that low. After that, you can already see from there, it was just free fall. Okay? From there, it was a free fall trade right here. Pardon, where are you born exactly? I'm originally born in Rotterdam. It's a city in the Netherlands. All right. My father is Italian, but my mother is Dutch. Man, I never got filled on my EJ trade during the London session yesterday. More trades coming, my man. New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Yeah, so we were looking at this one as well, right? We're looking at a couple ones. We need to focus on one trade at a time here. Are you a demo trader? No. I think you can see that here, my man. Underneath. Do you have sell limit right now on EJ? Yes, I have. However, I'm not sure if I can take it right now. Maybe the major move has already been done here. By the way, so I have put my sell limit there. Yes, exactly. When it came, I wanted to maybe see the retracement, the pullback, but it just kept dropping. Should we keep eurjpy? Well, look at the Japanese yen right now. All right, where did the Japanese yen go? It had a massive expansion to the upside. It tapped into a new zone. Let's see on the 3 hour. We tapped into this zone right here. All right, so we're tapping into an... Oh, we actually broke it. That's interesting. Yeah, definitely take some profits for sure. Take some profits for sure. Absolutely. Take some profits, secure yourself, put your stop loss on break even. If you want to look for re-entry, maybe there is a possibility here. So maybe we can take it still. Maybe we can still take it. That's actually good. Actually good. Not looking for lower targets on EJ? Yes, eventually, of course, yes. I am still looking for lower targets on the euro against the Japanese yen. We need to wait for the speech, though. We need to wait for the speech. We are tapping into a new zone right now. But I'm actually looking on the lower time frame for a zone that's a little bit lower. And that's going to be more around the 138.5. That's the area I'm looking for on the higher time frame. Keep a close eye. Yeah, you guys see me look on the lower time frame at all times here, but I'm just want to clarify that I'm aware of the higher time frame as well. So potentially re-entry possibilities, but let me see first where we end up here with the Japanese yen right now. You see clearly that there is a negative correlation with the yen. Not as strong, but you see clearly that you look at the yen and look at the euro. Yen and euro, very similar. You see that? It was always we saw the negative correlation with the dollar. Now you see with the euro. Sometimes it changes. Money is moving all times, right? Money moves from, big money is moving money. It's moving their capital, right? To different currencies here. So it's correlating differently. Sometimes with the dollar, sometimes you see it with the euro. Now you see it with the euro. You need to always be aware of, okay, what and where is the correlation right now? Let's draw the Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, swing low. And let's see how we react at the equilibrium here. Maybe there's a re-entry possibility. All right, that's the EURJPY. Keep a close eye on this one. New Zealand dollar came down. It broke that low. Not super aggressively though. We're seeing the retracement right now at the moment. Is this worth a short? That's the question. It definitely could be. Is your VIP signal profitable? Yeah, we have our live trading sessions indeed. What we have is we have our Notion right here where we track our setups. We put it in here right now. We put in our trades right now. We're going to do this for YouTube as well. And we're going to keep track of our journal completely right now. We're going to really go deep and dive deep into the data. And then based on that, you will see exactly what we're doing here. But yeah, you will see all the results coming into right there. So we'll publicly share it for everyone. So you will be able to look at that particularly here. Okay, I'm not a big fan. I think there's too much liquidity above here, still. For the euro, for the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese, against the dollar. There we go. Let's see how we react here. Are you using SMC or price action? A combination of both. If you follow the live streams, then you understand that I trade the hybrid. I follow both here. It's actually a combination of price action with SMC. It's actually funny that you mention that because it's exactly in the middle. I smell a pump and dump coming on gold. Bowser says we're gonna go over gold soon. The press conference starts in 20 minutes, so we still have some time here to catch potentially our re-entry right now. Oh man, gold is yeah, again, gold is in that zone right here, okay? Gold is right now in this beautiful zone. We are right now exactly right there at the particular level. The same thing is what I'm looking for. I'm looking to break this particular low. On the 1 minute, you understand why I picked this candle. It's actually moved, by the way. We actually moved this one right here. Okay, let's look at this one and look at this one right here. We saw some more consolidation. Okay, breaking the highs, fantastic. That's a very good confluence. You take out the liquidity first, then you break the lows after you tapped into a zone on the higher time frame, like medium time, like not the micros, but like the 30-minute chart. You break that low, and you see from there, you see that this one has not been mitigated as well. So that's something that you want to break. But if you break that low, and you break it and you come up, then maybe it's a nice short here to the downside as well for gold. Especially when the dollar decides to pull back and to then continue its rise. That could be interesting trade here indeed. Rowan says it's actually hybrid, liquidity concept, but you trade breakouts. I don't think so. Any SMC trader trade breakouts. They probably target reversal on OB or imbalance. Correct. You nailed it. I trade breakouts. Yes. Using then the SMC metrics and variables. Yeah. Absolutely correct, brother. You nailed it. Gold coming down. Look at the massive reaction. Again, on the 10 minute is clear which candle that is. We saw that's clear reaction from that particular zone. We're breaking that low. Correlation is not everything right now for gold. Alright, okay, we have 8 minutes left, okay. How many trades do you take per day? It depends, brother. It depends on the market. I have a very close eye on gold right now. If euro goes down, then what happens to gold? Yeah, you can simply look at it. So look at gold and look at the euro index. So the euro index right here is this, all right? Euro index coming down is trying to push up a little bit. If you invert this scale, this is the euro. And this is gold. It's a little bit similar. It's a little bit similar. It aligns, but it's not there completely here. Okay, we're breaking that second low. That's what you want to see. You want to see this particular low getting broken. It's overall looking quite weak. This was definitely the low that we're looking for. Target is pretty low here. If the euro comes out and you take it back to this low. Dollar is weak at the moment. You can still see that there's still a clear some sort of correlation, but it doesn't have to be always correlated. Keep that in mind. We're coming down in a very slow manner, slow pace right here. Usually, that seems that we're gonna just bounce, or that could indicate a bounce from there. So overall, I would lean towards the more bearish momentum right now for gold after tapping into that major zone here to the downside. I definitely see the potential. Yet I'm looking for the right entry right here. Can I explain what the correlation is? So for example, that means when pairs or different assets are moving simultaneously or against each other, all right? So you have a positive correlation. Let's say dollar index goes up, dollar against the Japanese yen goes up. And you have a negative correlation, right? Dollar index goes up, euro against US dollar goes down. That's what you're looking for. So based on the correlations, you can make more accurate trading decisions due to the fact that you have the information you need. You can get the confirmation you're looking for. You never have to look at only one chart in order to make a decision. And based on the data and based on the way you trade, you can increase your win rate. All right, we have the ECB coming in like a couple minutes right now, guys. 4 minutes to go here. All right, gonna be very interesting, guys. Keep in mind, this is one of these days we're just gonna start talking. All right, it's super important right now. We have the war in Ukraine. All right, we have a lot of things going on. The euro has been falling yesterday significantly. The dollar, the bank collapse, the credit squeeze. There are many things happening right now. Inflation, interest rates, debt, and so on and so on. All right? So this is what you want to know. You want to find out exactly what's happening. Euro is making a move to the upside. What's the yen doing here? I still have my eyes on gold, just so you guys know. Gold, I keep a very close eye on gold. I want to make sure that we do not miss a trade on gold if we break that low. I'm looking definitely for shorts here. I just see the potential for gold to come down. Euro US dollar is coming up, trying to push a little bit on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, we are gonna face. We had this massive resistance right here. We saw that reaction. Keep in mind we still have liquidity above here. We could easily reverse here. We could easily reverse right now during the interest rate. You know, the ECB press conference. All right. I canceled the EJ limit. Yes, for sure. I'm looking for a better entry here. I hope the guys that went in that took some profits. Hey bro, why don't you take the choice of anticipation trades? Very small risk because you will have a very small stop loss, but the risk reward is huge. Because I know the responsibility I have here in the community. If there are 500 people and I place a trade, it's not that you're like, of course, I'm not responsible for anyone's losses. Don't get me wrong. Of course. I want to give the right example. I want to give the right example to show you how you can grow an account on a consistent manner without too much drawdown, managing your trades accordingly. Sometimes here and there we can take a more random trade, but then I also announce beforehand. Okay, this is more gonna be like, you know, anticipation, like you mentioned. This is just gonna be a trade, boom, could be wrong, and so on and so on. But usually the strategy that I implement right here has for sure a 70% plus win rate. So that's the reason why I'm very aware of which trades I take here. Doesn't mean I don't lose, but I want to make money. I want to make money for with high probability. But you're right. On the other hand, as well, sometimes we can take some trades like that for sure. Yes, gold is gold's very interesting. We're gonna listen to the ECB press conference starting literally anytime right now. It starts. Yeah, right now. It starts right now, right? Or am I wrong here? What's going on? Maybe I'm in the wrong time zone. Let me check real quick. No, it's okay. It's starting right now. All right. I was a little bit confused with the timing, but it's starting very, very soon here. Jeff says press conference is over. No, it's just starting. It's gonna start right now. Very, very important too. Gold coming down here. I like it a lot. There we go. They broke that low. Massive. EURjpy as well, by the way. EURjpy as well. Similar. Coming back to that low right now. Euro is going to face a lot of resistance at the moment as well here. Japanese yen. Mwah. Coming down right now. Alright, any retracement for gold is potentially like a gold trade from there. Then the Japanese yen. Need to see a bounce from here. And that's another one here. Okay. We're gonna start right now. I'll keep a very close eye on the EURJPY and gold. Alright. Aunt Lagarde. I'm very curious what she has to, what she can bring to the table today. Euro resistance right here. Gold coming down here. We're gonna keep a very close eye on gold right now.
Good afternoon and welcome to our press conference. I'm joined on stage by President Lagarde and Vice President de Guindos. My name is Wolfgang Preußel. As we are connected via video to some who are connected on screen, I would like to ask you to turn on your camera
close on the Euro
and
index.
your microphones if you
Euro
ask
X,
questions
okay.
later on. And with that, I give the floor to President Lagarde.
We're going to see how the Euro is going to respond right now.
Thank you very much. So good afternoon. The Vice President and I welcome you to our press conference. Inflation is projected to remain too high for too long. Therefore, the Governing Council today decided to increase the three key ECB interest rates by 50 basis points, in line with our determination to ensure the timely return of inflation to our 2% medium-term target.
2%, there we go.
The elevated level of uncertainty reinforces the importance of a data-dependent approach to our policy rate decisions, which will be determined by our assessment of the inflation outlook in light of the incoming economic and financial data, the dynamics of underlying inflation, and the strength of monetary policy transmission. We are monitoring current market tensions closely and stand ready to respond as necessary to preserve price stability and financial stability in the euro area.
Yeah, look at the dollar as well.
The euro area banking sector is resilient with strong capital and liquidity positions. In any case,
this is not good for gold.
Our policy toolkit is
We need to
fully
hold
equipped
here
to provide liquidity support to the euro area financial system if needed, and to preserve the smooth transmission of monetary policy. The new ECB staff macroeconomic projections were finalized in early March, before the recent emergence of financial market tensions. As such, these tensions imply additional uncertainty around the baseline assessments of inflation and growth. Prior to these latest developments, the baseline path for headline inflation had already been revised down, mainly owing to a smaller contribution from energy prices than previously expected. ECB staff
energy prices,
now
there we go.
sees inflation
We talked
averaging
about that.
5.3% in 23, 2.9% in 24, and 2.1% in 25. At the same time, underlying price pressures remain strong. Inflation, excluding energy and food, continued to increase in February, and ECB staff expects it to average 4.6% in 23, which is higher than foreseen in the December projections.
Yeah.
Subsequently, it is projected to come down to 2.5% in 24 and 2.2% in 25, as the upward pressures from past supply shocks and the reopening of the economy fade out, and as tighter monetary policy increasingly dampens demand.
Just real quick, it can really be volatile right now. It can go up, down, so be very aware.
Have been revised up to an average of 1% as a result of both the decline in energy prices and the economy's greater resilience to the challenging international environment. ECB staff then expect growth to pick up further to 1.6% in both 24 and 25, underpinned by a robust labour market, improving confidence, and a recovery in real incomes. At the same time, the pickup in growth in 24 and 25 is weaker than projected in December, owing to the tightening of monetary policy. The decisions taken today are set out in a press release that is available on our website. I will now outline in more details how we see the economy and inflation developing, and will then explain our assessment of financial and monetary conditions. Turning to the economic activity first. The euro area economy stagnated in the fourth quarter of 22, thus avoiding the previously expected contraction. However, private domestic demand fell sharply. High inflation, prevailing uncertainties and tighter financing conditions dented private consumption and investment, which fell by 0.9% and 3.6% respectively. Under the baseline, the economy looks set to recover over the coming quarters. Industrial production should pick up as supply conditions improve further, confidence continues to recover, and firms work off large order backlogs. Rising wages and falling energy prices will partly offset the loss of purchasing power that many households are experiencing as a result of high inflation. This, in turn, will support consumer
risk
spending.
off, guys. Euro's going up.
Moreover, the labour market remains
Euro
strong,
stock market.
despite the weakening of economic activity. Employment grew by 0.3% in the fourth quarter of 22, and the unemployment rate stayed at its historical low of 6.6% in January 23. Government measures to shield the economy from the impact of high energy prices should be temporary, targeted, and tailored to preserving incentives to consume less energy. As energy prices fall and risks around the energy supply recede, it is important to start rolling back these measures promptly and in a concerted manner. Measures falling short of these principles are likely to drive up medium-term inflation pressures, which would call for a stronger monetary policy response.
Yeah, stronger euro.
Moreover, in line with the EU's economic governance framework,
Back in that zone.
and as stated in the European Commission's guidance of March 8, 23, fiscal policies should be oriented towards making our economy more productive and gradually bringing down high public debt. Policies to enhance the euro area's supply capacity, especially in the energy sector, can help reduce price pressures in the medium term. To that end, governments should swiftly implement their investment and structural reform plans under the Next Generation EU programme. The reform of the EU's economic governance framework should be concluded rapidly. Let's look at inflation. Inflation edged down to 8.5% in February. The decline resulted from a renewed sharp drop in energy prices. By contrast, food price inflation increased further to 15%, with the past surge in the cost of energy and of other inputs for food production still feeding through to consumer prices. Moreover, underlying price pressures remain strong. Inflation excluding energy and food increased to 5.6% in February, and other indicators of underlying inflation have also stayed high. Non-energy industrial goods inflation rose to 6.8% in February, mainly reflecting...
Real quick, weird question, but can somebody explain me that owl on her left shoulder, or maybe you guys know it? What is that owl on her shoulder here?
Reflecting the delayed effects of past supply bottlenecks and high energy prices. Services inflation increases, pent-up demand from the reopening of the economy, and rising wages. Wage pressures have strengthened on the back of robust labour markets and employees aiming to recoup some of the purchasing power lost owing to high inflation. Moreover, many firms were able to raise their profit margins in sectors faced with constrained supply and resurgent demand. At the same time, most measures of longer-term inflation expectations currently stand at around 2%, although they warrant continued monitoring, especially in light of recent volatility in market-based inflation expectations. Moving to the risk assessment now. Risks to the outlook for economic growth are tilted to the downside. Persistently elevated financial market tensions could tighten broader credit conditions more strongly than expected.
You're still in that zone, still getting rejected here.
Russia's unjustified war against Ukraine and its people continues to be a significant downside risk to the economy and could again push up the cost of energy and food. There could also be an additional drag on euro area growth if the world economy weakened more sharply than expected. However, companies could adapt more quickly to the challenging international environment, and together with the fading out of the energy shock, this could support higher growth than currently expected. The upside risks to inflation include existing pipeline pressures that could still send retail prices even higher than expected in the near term. Domestic factors, such as a persistent rise in inflation expectations above our target or higher than anticipated increases in wages and profit margins, could drive inflation higher, including over the medium term. Moreover, a stronger than expected economic rebound in China could give a fresh boost to commodity prices and foreign demand. The downside risks to inflation include persistently elevated financial market tensions that could accelerate disinflation. In addition, falling energy prices could translate into reduced pressure from underlying inflation and wages. A weakening of demand, including owing to a stronger deceleration of bank credit or a stronger than projected transmission of monetary policy, would also contribute to lower price pressures than currently anticipated, especially over the medium term. So let's look at financial and market conditions.
Euro still getting rejected by the zone. Super important zone.
Market interest rates rose considerably in the weeks following our last meeting. But the increase has strongly reversed
dollar coming down
over recent days in a context of severe financial market tensions. Bank credit to euro area firms has become more expensive. Credit to firms has weakened further, owing to lower demand and tighter credit supply conditions.
I have a close eye on gold right now.
Borrowing has become more expensive as well, especially owing to higher mortgage rates. This rise in borrowing costs and the resultant decline in demand, along with tighter credit standards, have led to a further slowdown in the growth of loans to households. And these weaker loan dynamics, money growth has slowed sharply, driven by its most liquid component. So summing up, inflation is projected to remain too high for too long. Therefore, the Governing Council today decided to increase the three key ECB interest rates by 50 basis points, in line with our determination to ensure the timely return of inflation to our 2% medium-term target. The elevated level of uncertainty reinforces the importance of a data-dependent approach to our policy rate decisions,
Keep in mind, guys, real quick, this is not where it's all about in terms of pricing right now. The questions, the Q&A that's coming here, that's where the volatility potential can kick in.
The dynamics of underlying inflation and the strength of monetary policy transmission. We are monitoring current market tensions closely and stand ready to respond as necessary to preserve price stability and financial stability in the euro area. In any case, we stand ready to adjust all of our instruments within our mandate to ensure that inflation returns to our medium-term target and to preserve the smooth functioning of monetary policy transmission. We now stand ready to take your questions.
There we go. Questions.
And the first question goes to Alex Weber of Bloomberg News. Alex, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I was wondering, could you explain a little bit how you see
Super important
the path
high to break
for interest rates ahead? I mean, until a few days ago, it seemed pretty clear that interest rates would have to rise further after this meeting, but you didn't give any guidance in the statement. Does this mean it could be that we've already reached the peak in interest rates? And then secondly, regarding the banking sector more broadly, a lot of people have drawn parallels to between what happened at Credit Suisse and Silicon Valley Bank.
Credit Suisse, boom, straight away.
Failures we've seen at the last financial crisis, like Bear Stearns. Do you see any risks that we're on the verge of a systemic crisis, like in 2008?
That's a good question.
Thank you very much for your question. On your first question, I would call your attention to one particular paragraph, which is the first one in our monetary policy statement, in which we are really trying to dissect for you the mechanism of our reaction function. And this is really the best guidance that we can provide. And it is, number one, the assessment of the inflation outlook in light of the incoming economic and financial data. Number two, the dynamics of underlying inflation. And number three, the strength of our monetary policy transmission. So that's brand new. These three components, we never discuss them, we never let them out, and they are clearly identified as the three elements that will be taken into account to determine our reaction function going forward.
Gold looking good now. I'm starting to like it more.
Second point.
Might short it soon.
If our baseline was to persist, when the uncertainty reduces, we know that we have a lot more ground to cover, okay? But it's a big caveat. If our baseline was to persist, as you know, the projection that were decided by staff, sorry, not decided, but determined by staff, are based on data and assessment of the situation with a cut-off date. And that cut-off date was February 15th for the international outlook and technical assumptions, and March 1st for the euro area macroeconomic projections. Now, since March the 1st, a lot obviously has developed.
She knows it's not looking good, eh?
The projections that we have do not incorporate any of the most recent development, and certainly not the impact of the most recent financial tensions that we have observed on the markets. So there is a level of uncertainty that has been completely
Euro still getting rejected
as a result of that. And that is the reason why we reinforce the principle of data dependency that we have indicated in the past, with a clear map of the reaction function that we will have in the future. So it is not possible at this point in time, and on the basis of the first component that I have mentioned, which is assessment of the inflation outlook in light of the incoming economic and financial data, it is not possible to determine at this point in time, what the path will be going forward. But we know that it will be data dependent, and we know that if the baseline as we have it was confirmed and was to persist, we would have
Euro's not looking good, not looking strong.
On your second point, I will again read for you one more time what is in the second paragraph this time of our monetary policy statement, which is that we are monitoring current market tensions closely. We stand ready to respond as necessary to preserve price stability and financial stability in the euro area. And given the reforms that have taken place, and I was around in 2008, so I have clear recollection of what happened and what we had to do. We did reform the framework. We did agree on Basel III. We did increase the capital ratio. We did increase the financial coverage ratio as well. And I think that the banking sector is currently in a much, much stronger position than where it was back in 2008. Added to which,
we're not there yet.
If it was needed, we do have the tools, we do have the facilities that are available, and we also have a toolbox that has other instruments that we always stand ready to activate if and when needed. And finally, and that's a tribute to our staff, because as you can imagine, we all have worked quite hard in the last few days, and particularly the last few hours. They have demonstrated in the past that they can also exercise creativity in very short order in case it is needed to respond to what would be a liquidity crisis if there was such a thing. But this is not what we are seeing. Thank you.
Thank you, President Lagarde. And the next question goes to, I'm now turning to remote participants, to Balázs Korányi of Reuters. Balázs, please, over to you.
Good afternoon, and thank you for taking my questions. President Lagarde, could you unpack for me what you mean a lot more ground to cover?
Sorry, I missed the first part of your question. Balázs, can you repeat the first part? I missed it.
Yes. I said, could you please unpack for me your statement that there might be a lot more ground to cover should the baseline prevail? What does that mean? Especially given that prior to this meeting, almost all governing council members, including Philip Lane, has said that more rate hikes will likely be needed beyond March. So are you walking back on that commitment, or is the ECB's inflation fighting stamina waning? Are you giving up on inflation? The second question I have is the usual one, I'm sorry. What other options were being discussed in the meeting today? What were the alternatives
Want to break it low for the euro?
Policymakers were supporting?
Thank you for your question. We are not waning on our commitment to fight inflation, and we are determined to return inflation back to 2% target in the medium term. That should not be doubted. The determination is intact, and the path at which we will cover the ground, the pace that we will take, will be entirely data dependent. That's what we have always said. And we are saying on this specific occasion that given the level of uncertainty that has been significantly increased as a result of the most recent financial tensions and development, given that level of uncertainty, it is better to make the decision that we believe is a robust decision with our 50 basis points increase, and then see what the data tell us and what next assessment we make on the basis of that data. But let me reassure you, we are determined to fight inflation and return it to 2%. And we will take the measures that are necessary. They will be data dependent, and they will function on the basis of these three parameters that I have just mentioned to illustrate what our reaction function is. You had a second question, which you said was a repeat of previous questions, which I think had to do with any other options, what has happened behind those closed doors, and I fully appreciate the question. I have to tell you that the Executive Board proposed that option which is described in the monetary policy statement, and that no other option was proposed. I can also tell you that the decision was adopted by a very large majority, with 3 or 4 that did not support the decision, not in its principle, because they were ready to go for that decision, But they were keen to probably give a bit more time to see how the situation unfolds and what additional data we can collect.
3.5% is not
Otherwise,
not
it was a very large majority decision. And I would say taken in rather record time. Thank you.
Thank you, President Lagarde. I would like to now turn to Kolja Ruzio of the German weekly Die Zeit. Kolja, please.
Yeah, you guys are looking at gold right now? I will be patient right now.
I would like to ask a question concerning the data-driven decisions. Isn't there a conflict of goals between price stability and financial stability? And to what extent do you consider slowing down the pace of rate hikes because of financial stability? Do you have to slower down perhaps because of financial stability? That is my first question. And the second, were you surprised by the financial problems we see now in the US and we saw last year in the pension funds in the UK? Was this a surprise, or is it something which was expected perhaps by monetary policy experts?
Better questions,
come on.
come
Let me
on.
be pretty clear on that point as well. I believe that there is no trade-off between price stability and financial stability. And I think that, if anything, with this decision, we are demonstrating this. We are addressing the price stability issue by raising interest rate by 50 basis points, which is what we had intended, and because inflation is projected to remain way above our target and for too long. And separate from that, we also are monitoring market tensions. We stand ready to provide any kind of additional facilities if needed. We do have extensive facilities, more so, by the way, than the Fed in terms of size of the collateral pools and facilities. And we can do more if necessary. We have demonstrated that in the times of PEP. All the instruments that we decided in the PEP times, whether it is on the pool of collaterals, whether it's on the haircuts, whether it's on all issues, that can be reactivated like that.
Buy
and
or
we
sell
always
gold?
stand ready to use them again. So, euro liquidity is
nothing.
perfectly addressed. No issue on that.
If you go long, not
So
smart. If you go short,
no trade-off. We have to do our job. This is
Not smart.
primary
I
objective,
would wait.
price stability. And as I said, in the identification of the three components that will inform our decision, that will determine our reaction function, you find the word financial. If you look carefully, you have assessment of the inflation outlook in light of the incoming economic and financial data. So the financial issues are captured in order to assess inflation. So there is no trade-off. We have financial stability very much as part of our radar screen and the tools that we can deploy, but there is no trade-off between the two. Did you want to add to that, Vice President?
Well, first of all, good afternoon. Well, from a financial stability standpoint, and the perspective is quite clear. If you look at the industry as a whole, as the President
I see a beautiful trade.
Before, the situation of the European banks, they are resilient. Capital is much higher than it was 10, 15 years ago before
Japanese yen basket breaking highs.
Crisis. The liquidity position of the European
Look
banks
at GJ.
is robust. If you look at the liquidity ratios, on average, they are clearly above the minimum requirements and even the pre-pandemic levels. And even if you look at the composition of these liquidity buffers, they are high quality, very high liquidity assets. So in that respect, the composition is quite positive. And finally, there is something that I think that is relevant, is the increase in interest rates. Well, is positive in terms of the margins of the European banks. And this improvement in terms of profitability more than offsets potential losses in fixed income portfolios. Looking at the exposure, for instance, to Credit Suisse, they are quite limited, and there is no concentration. There is no a single counterparty that concentrates a large part of that exposure. And finally, as the President has indicated, well, we have a toolkit of instruments just in case that are needed in order to deliver liquidity.
Something like this.
Thank you, Vice President. And now the next question for Martin Arnold of the Financial Times.
GJ is responding better with more volume.
Hello, President Lagarde. Could you just explore a bit more this potential for a trade-off between financial stability and price stability? Could you foresee a situation where, given the outlook for inflation, you need to raise rates further,
we're not there yet. Keep
but
a close eye on
there's
it.
a risk that that could trigger a financial crisis or make a financial stress worse? Second question is that given that you've said the underlying inflation is going to be one of the key factors you look at when deciding, one of the three key factors, does that mean that until you see an easing of most of the indicators of underlying inflation, which you're not seeing at the moment, you won't be able to stop raising rates? Thank you.
Thank you, Martin, for your questions. The two questions. On the first one, as I said earlier, we don't see any trade-off between price stability and financial stability. And we will address each of these two with their respective
I like
instrument.
DJ. I think there's
For the
possibilities
moment,
here.
interest rate for price stability and the set of facilities that we have available, additional lines if necessary, including in other currencies if that is needed, in order to address financial stability issues. So they inform each other. I'll come to that in a second. But we handle them separately, and there is no trade-off between the two. It's pretty obvious when I say that the inflation outlook will be assessed in light of the incoming economic and financial data, that the financial data, whatever they are, will inform our assessment of inflation. So through that assessment, those financial data, we actually take into account development in the financial markets, financing, financial cost, terms and conditions, and the financing of the economy at large. Your second question
okay, I'm sorting DJ.
had to do, if I recall, with my second. Sorry, wait a minute. I need to get back to my second item. Yeah, because you did refer to the key, but it's the second. The first one that we mentioned is the assessment of inflation outlook in light of economic and financial data, and it needs to be confirmed by the underlying component of inflation. And on that front, we are again going to be data dependent. And it is obvious that as long as we see underlying component of inflation going up, this is not going to stop our fight against inflation. So we will need to receive confirmation on the underlying component of inflation. We will need to receive confirmation that we are heading in the direction of our target of 2%. We are seeing some slight improvement in certain areas, but frankly, not a lot. And we know that whether you look at core, which is one of the components of the underlying inflation, or whether we look at, other dissection of inflation, and in particular when we look at services, it's not yet heading in the direction that would confirm the inflation outlook that we have.
Thank you, President.
Stop loss above the eyes.
Goes to Isabella Bufacchi of Il Sole 24 Ore. Isabella, please.
Thank you for the opportunity. Good afternoon. My question is...
Good to see you in real life, not on screen.
Thank you. My question is on the mentioning of monetary policy transmission, which comes in your decisions in the three points that you said about explaining your reaction function. So one of them is the monetary policy transmission. And also at the end of your decisions, you mention that the Governing Council is ready to adapt and adjust your instruments to preserve also the monetary policy transmission. Mm-hmm. So we think about TPI when we hear mm-hmm. about this. Mm-hmm. I'd like to know whether you think that TPI can be used when banking tensions start to jeopardize the transmission of monetary policy.
This is important as well.
And whether in your fully equipped toolkit you could also consider to adjust the pace of the reduction of the holdings of securities under the asset purchase program, so the QT.
First of all, on monetary policy transmission, I will be giving a speech soon about monetary policy transmission and about the first leg of monetary policy transmission and the second leg of monetary policy transmission. All I can say at this point in time is that we're beginning to see transmission of our monetary policy through the credit channel. And if you look at rates, if you look at terms and conditions, if you look at the impact that it has on the demand of financing on the part of both corporates and households, we are beginning to see transmission of our monetary policy, which is really what we expected. TPI transmission policy instrument was precisely designed to make sure that monetary policy would travel and move all the way to all members of the 20 member states. Sorry, to all 20 members of the euro area. And that would be caused by factors that had nothing to do with the fundamentals of an economy or its general macroeconomic policies. We have not yet had to decide whether financial tensions would qualify in that respect, but it could well be the case. I'm advancing a little bit because we did not discuss that at all, and it's something that would need to be debated with the Governing Council. Nor did we decide anything on the partial reinvestment under the APP. That's a principle that we decided back at our February meeting, which has been in place now as of the 1st of March, and that will continue to unfold in a regular and unimpeded fashion.
Thank you, Madame Lagarde. Turning back to our remote participants, I would like now to give the floor to Jean-Philippe Lacour.
Okay, we're almost done.
Agence France Presse, AFP. Jean-Philippe, please.
Yes, now you can hear me and see me, I hope.
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, Madame la Présidente.
You're coming down here.
One question on this underlying components of inflation you mentioned. Do you put the significant contribution of profit margins into these components? Because the profit margin seems to develop well, and that could maybe put some questions on the narrative of the ECB, very focused on the risk, either on the wage price loop. And I would like to hear what you think about this contribution of corporate profits to inflation. And a second question, if I may, Mr. Guindos, you are quoted that some banks
be very aware of drawdown. If you're in GJ short, be very aware of drawdown. Keep in mind there's low volume, more chance of manipulation. You need to be careful. Manage your trade accordingly.
I hear this today in your statement. Maybe you can precise or confirm or not what has been reported. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your two questions. And I just want to go back to the statement. I just want to find the right sentence where for the first time actually we talk about margins. And it is... must be in the inflation sections. Anyway, I'm not going to waste your time trying to find the sentence in which we... oh, here it is. So, moreover, many firms were able to raise their profit margins in sectors faced with constrained supply and resurgent demand. So, we mention it very specifically. It is part of the analysis that we conduct. As has been mentioned by some of you who are following us very carefully, we had a retreat of all the governors of the Governing Council to discuss in-depth various matters.
To above here already.
Of which was actually
minimum drawdown, like $30, $40. That's it.
Underlying inflation, and we did have some assessment of the increase in margins by the corporates, which played a role. I'd like to say one thing, because there has also been reference to the fact that I would have mentioned the word wages X times during my last press conference. I think what we hope for is a proper burden sharing of what really is a quasi-tax. This cost-push shock has been operating a bit like a tax, at least in portion of its form, and that this tax should be shared because there has to be some burden sharing. Mm-hmm. What we are concerned about is whatever the burden sharing, if that was to spiral into the second round effect that we don't want to see, frankly. But this burden sharing aspect is something that needs to be debated at society level, at corporate level, and is certainly something that we would welcome to the extent that it reduces the risk of second round effect in particular. On the other question that you asked pointedly, I also want to point to you the sentence which is in the second paragraph of the monetary policy
I'm out
statement.
and break even.
As you know, the first paragraphs matter.
I'm going to look for better entry.
In there, we say the euro area banking sector is resilient with strong capital and liquidity positions. And we stand by that statement strongly. But I will let you, Vice President, comment on this wonderful leak.
As you can imagine, I remember what I told the ministers, and it's almost identical to what I have just told you. So that the banks are resilient.
I'm going to look for better entry.
High capital ratios, robust liquidity buffers, high quality of the main components of the liquidity buffer, limited exposure to the institutions of the US in that case, because it was last Tuesday of the US, and simultaneously that the overall assessment was quite clear. So that the banking industry in Europe is resilient.
Thank you, Vice President, Madam President. Next question goes to Andres Stumpf of Expansion. Andres, please.
Good afternoon, Madam President. When you talk about clear activity of the...
Just to clarify again, I'm out on break-even for DJ. Okay. After this session, we're gonna go back fully into the charts, and we're gonna have
bonds like at par.
more going on. This is gonna take like 10 more minutes.
Face legal constraints. And I have a second question, if I may. You have visited Spain recently, and I'm sure you are aware that there's a concern about the low remuneration on deposits there. Banks say that this is because they have plenty of liquidity from the ECB. So I was wondering if you think that the low deposits are going to continue until TLTROs mature, or it is something different and you are not in the same point as the banks. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your two questions. So when I say that I have full confidence in staff creativity, what I mean is that I have seen them in action. They've been there, they've done it. And on the occasion of COVID, for instance, they were able in very short order to put together programs that proved extremely efficient in order to resist the downside effect of the crisis. So those tools exist. They are strong, they are powerful, and they can be reactivated anytime. We always stand ready to do that. Added to which the facilities that we have currently are probably broader and more accessible than the ones that pre-existed at the Fed. So I don't see the need at this point in time to explore any alternatives to the tools that we have, because I think that they function. If it was needed at some point in time, of course, I know staff will stand up to the occasion and will also look at what can be done within our mandate and in accordance with the rules of the treaty under which we are governed. On the issue of remuneration of deposits, I have spoken my mind on Spanish television, and I have observed that in quite a few countries now, the DFR is taken into account in order to determine the rate at which deposits are remunerated, either deposit at sight or term deposits. And that, obviously, this is something that needs to be debated between the clients and their banks. But I observe that there are quite a few countries where banks actually do that, and competition between them is facilitating that process.
Thank you, Madam Lagarde. The next question goes to Eshe Nelson of the New York Times. Eshe, please.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I would like to go back to this point about the incoming economic and financial data. I mean, in the past meetings, we've heard a lot about what the economic data is, the underlying inflation data. Could you detail a little more what the financial data is that you'll be watching? And is there a new emphasis on this data, or has it always kind of been there? And then my second question is, how much has the volatility we've seen in bank stocks recently as the meeting was happening affected today's decision, not necessarily the interest rate decision, but the choice to not kind of lay the path ahead more clearly? Thank you.
I like your last word, clearly. This is something that we are longing for, clarity. Because obviously we work on the basis of data, of observations, of facts, and there is currently, for the reasons that I have mentioned in my monetary policy statement, a degree of uncertainty that pre-existed, but that has certainly been amplified by the most recent financial tensions that we have observed in the last few days. So that has, it's obviously difficult for a group of 26 members of the Governing Council to come to a decision in the face of projection and the first of the three elements that I have mentioned to determine our reaction function, to come up to a decision. But we were certainly confident that this 50 basis points rate increase was a robust decision, considering the ground that needs to be covered. What financial data do we look at? We are particularly concerned, obviously, about our monetary policy transmission. So we look very carefully, using various analytical tools. We look at credit to corporates, credit to households, terms and conditions, restrictions eventually, if they were to be observed, to assess whether the financial conditions are tightening and what impact this tightening of financial conditions will then have on the economy. Those are the key components that we assess to determine our monetary policy transmission.
Thank you, President. And the next question, going back to our remote participant, goes to Tom Fairless of the Wall Street Journal. Tom, please. Tom, can you hear us? This does not seem to be the case. Then I would give the next question to Eric Albert of Le Monde, also connected via video call. Eric, please.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for taking the question. There's been a lot of parallels done with 2008. Obviously, the banks are in different circumstances, but in July 2008, the ECB increased an interest rate, did an interest rate hike just 2 months before the biggest financial crash in recent history. Is the ECB at risk of doing the same mistake? First thing. And the second question is about the transmission of monetary policy. It takes a long time for interest rate.
We're almost done. Nothing spectacular happening with the euro at the moment.
Through the economy. Given the uncertainty, isn't there a case for at least slowing down? You said you were data dependent, but isn't there a case now to slow down in the next few meetings?
Thank you very much for your two questions. As you said yourself, the banks are in a completely different position from 2008. And, crises are never exactly the same anyway. But the architecture of our banking system, the framework within which they operate, the supervision that is applied to the banking system have been all considerably improved. So, obviously, we're mindful of our history and what has been done in the past, but we are all confident that the decision that we made today is a robust decision, was called for, was needed, and we have, as you have noticed, I'm sure, indicated very precisely that as to the future, we would be data dependent. And that, I think, is predicated on the fact that we need to have a better assessment once the financial tensions on the markets abate in the future.
Within cells below.
On your second question, we are seeing we're beginning to see a good transmission of our monetary policy in the credit sector, as I have mentioned earlier on. I think we have seen a reduction of several basis points, 20 to 16 basis points, depending on whether you look at corporates or households, increase in the credit rates that are offered, and a significant tightening on the part of the banks that are probably assessing and reassessing the risks that they're taking. So this is, in our view, the beginning of an indication of good transmission of monetary policy. This is not the end of it. As you said, it takes a longer time. It seems to have transmitted rather rapidly, if you consider that we decided to normalize our monetary policy back in December a year ago, so it's a little over a year ago, and we are certainly beginning to see in the credit segment the impact of our decisions. Yeah, are we seeing dampening demand? That remains to be seen, and how much more does it need to be dampened in order to meet the objectives that we have, which is 2% medium-term target, to be seen. We are data dependent. We're going to really look at the uncertainty fading out, hopefully, and what projections we will be able to operate upon, as well as what assessment we can make at our next policy meetings in May, June, and subsequently.
Thank you, Madame Lagarde. Let's try again with Tom Fairless of the Wall Street Journal. Tom, can you connect?
Okay, the end is breaking.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So thanks so much for taking my question. I suppose the first question is, we've started to see these signs of weakness in financial markets, and you haven't taken that as a reason to pause. But is there, do you think, a message in what's happening? It's something that we haven't seen for a while, and that has reminiscent, it kind of brings back memories of maybe the financial crisis, as other people have said. I mean, is just the unusualness of this a reason to kind of think twice about future rate increases? Do you think, with this phrase that we hear, raise rates until something breaks? And my second question was related, that at the moment the bank failures were in the US. Do you think this is more of a US specific issue? Do you think there's something fundamentally different about Europe that means European banks are less vulnerable?
Closing above the tide.
Or
this is the
level, maybe the level of your policy rate means they're less vulnerable. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your...
Real quick, I do like what I see right now for the yen though. I see that we broke the lows first. Breaking the lows, taking out some of the liquidity was built up underneath, then creating a higher high. So that is a very good sign in general here. Okay? Good start at least. You want to break and close above it. That's where you want to go to. So if you close right now, then you will see GJ dropping again. If you're still in GJ, it seems reliable, but you need to make sure that you close above it here.
Can be switched on, and by any tools that would need to be applied to the situation depending on the circumstances. So it's not business as usual, but we believe that the decision that we have taken is robust, is completely justified by the circumstances, and informed by our current analysis. Is it a US-specific problem? You know, we are all governed by, well, we are. The banking sector is governed by Basel III, and banks operate within the framework of Basel III. As you know, there have been multiple discussions and disagreement as to who applies Basel III better than the other. But I would simply observe, because comparisons are pretty odious, that in Europe, we have strong supervision, we have strong capital, and we have solid liquidity positions. And as the Vice President said, exposures are not concentrated. And based on the work that has been conducted by the SSM, we don't have similar
I think this is the last question.
as the one that occurred in California, for instance. But maybe, Vice President, you want to add to that?
Well, perhaps, you know, the only thing to add is that the business model of the Silicon Valley Bank was quite unique. And that it was, you know, there was a mismatch between the assets and the liabilities.
This is not a good sign here.
You know,
giving the word to
it made this bank vulnerable, and this has been indicated by the American authorities, to any important change in interest rates.
Thank you, Vice President. And the last question today goes to Leonidas Exousidis of Handelsblatt. Leonidas, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I have a question concerning the excess of liquidity and the ECB balance sheet. Did you discuss about an increase in the level of reduction? And if yes, when could this
there we go. The yen is moving.
Start? Thank you.
Thank you so much. You gave me a chance to be very brief in my response. No, we did not discuss.
Okay, it's breaking now.
We had plenty to
discuss
today.
Yen,
we did
DJ is coming down.
Thank you so much.
This concludes our press conference.
37 seconds for closure on 1 minute.
Press conference is on the 4th of May. Until then, all the best and have a good afternoon.
Okay, there we go. Regardless, always important to listen and see from there. It's actually perfect timing right now. The yen is coming up, yet has not closed above here. In 1 minute, we will have a closure on the 3 minute. This is the closure I want to wait for. Can we close above it? Yes or no? That's when we find out. You see that there is a lot of resistance here. We've been tapping into it already many times right now. Not broken at this particular moment. Okay. In regards to the news itself, or what we have seen right now for, you know, in general, it's the usual. It's the usual. Nothing spectacular in regards. I expected a bit more volume this time. Actually, it was very similar here. It was just a monetary policy statement. We saw a spike, and that's pretty much it. Yet the euro is not looking particularly strong at the moment. Looking at particularly chart related to the euro is interesting, but we're now seeing also the yen that has some potential here. The only thing is for GJ right now is I want to see a closure below. We have this. We have another zone here, which is kind of all right. It's a normal risk trade. The only thing that you have to take consideration right now, where you have to be careful about, is number one, the liquidity that's getting built, and number two, the volume in the market. All right. When there is just not much volume in the market during the New York session, they can manipulate you. So that's why I'm not going to enter any stop orders. Nothing in that matter. It's purely going to be waiting for a closure, a candle closure, to give me at least a little bit more confirmation when entering a trade here. How much risk? Around, for me, potentially 0.3, 0.4%, something in that matter. 0.3. How do you enter at breakout or retest? I enter at a break, closure, confirmation. It depends where we close. So if we close right under this zone, most likely we'll enter straight away. If we close right here, I'm gonna put a limit order and wait for the continuation, for the pullback continuation. It depends on how you close here. It's important. I see the yen. The yen wants to go here yet. It has not broken that particular high yet. That high is important to break. In regards to the euro is slowly coming down. Again, we have been talking about the euro against the Japanese yen as well. You see that the euro against the yen is also not particularly looking strong at this particular moment right now. Very similar behavior. It also broke an important low. I see just a bigger, more room for GJ now than for EJ at the moment. But it again all depends on the Japanese yen, mainly. Let's have a look at the dollar as well right now. What has the dollar been up to? The dollar has been making some moves. There is a little bit more volume I see right now in the dollar, which is good to see here. Yes, we're going to see potentially a bounce from this particular zone. If you see a bounce from that zone, then maybe there is a nice opportunity related to the dollar. I need to look at the currency indices from which one potentially is the opportunity. Now, Euro's pretty weak. Canadian dollars making moves to the upside right now. British pound's also on the stronger side. We have to take that in consideration here. Keep a very close eye on that one. Okay, they're all coming up right now at the moment. Euro is weak. Euro dollar. No closure above. No closure underneath, no entry. Overall, you see the range here. Overall, we have been ranging again. The last 2 days on the New York session, we have been ranging. The day before that was pretty solid. London has been trending a little bit more. Let's look at the indices right here. Broke the lows, broke important levels. There we go, beautiful. There's some more volume in the stock market right now, more volume in the indices right here. This is good. All right, the VIX coming down. That means okay, GJ is invalidated for now. Yeah, the Japanese yen is coming down here. That's why you wait for a closure. You see that? If you enter here straight away, they wick you in, they swipe the liquidity, and they reverse price on you. That's what you don't want here, especially now during news events and so on and so on. So that's why a closure is a must-have when looking for trades right now. That's why you see me placing limit orders as well if we are too far away, if it breaks through. But the closure is always what we're waiting for lately during the uncertainty in the market in general. It's just an extra security layer that you want to take into consideration right now. So then let's have a look at the, knowing that the VIX is coming down, then the indices are going up. There we go. Okay, we have been taking out these highs here. That's a solid reaction to the upside right now. This high is important. Lower low, higher high. Solid, that's good. B-Double says, look at GJ. What did I tell you guys? 160 liquidity. Gold came perfectly for short. Break even already. I've been saying it for the longest, reviewing the live, guys. Yellen is talking, so markets are moving. Yeah, markets are coming back in now. The volume is coming back into the market. This is what we want to see here. Japanese yen came down. Yogi says US dollar, Canadian dollar. All right, dollar. Break instruction to the downside. Boom. The speech ended, volume is coming back. Okay, people are more excited again to enter, join the market here. This is good for us to know. Volume is coming back. Volume is coming back. This is what we want to see. This is solid. People have been waiting here. Scott says GJ going to premium zone. Yeah, we can talk about this in a second here. Massive move, massive move. Gold coming down, dollar coming down. Dollar is positively correlated with gold at the moment. That's kind of interesting. It's exactly the same. This is look at that. Wow. Okay, look at the dollar right here. We have the dollar right now. And look at the gold. Dollar. Sorry, this gold. Dollar. Very, very similar behavior. Okay, trade for gold's coming very soon here. This is a bigger trade. This is a longer, bigger trade setup. We have a lot more potential to come down here. A lot more potential to come down here. That's it. That's absolutely fantastic. Oh, there we go. All right, good that we closed our position on GJ on break even. That was good. That was a good decision. Gold keeps dropping, guys. Gold keeps going down here. A lot more downside potential for gold here. That low is a super important low here. Right? Lower high, lower low. That's what you want to see. Wow, look at that. Look at that reaction. Wow. Can we play some music? I think we are playing music here. Okay, dollar is ranging. VIX is coming down. It means indices are going up and gold is coming down. There's negative correlation right now between the indices and gold. That's good to know. EURUSD is going up. Yeah, it's the other side right now. We reversed, literally. There is now a negative correlation between the stock market and the indices here. So money flows out of gold coming into the stock market. That's where the correlation is at right now. So that's good. Okay, gold made that initial move here. I'm gonna look for re-entry here for gold. Okay, check out the setup on your Discord. Tell me if it was luck. What about US dollar, Japanese yen, yen long? Alright, we're moving, coming back up here. What comes up must come down. What comes down quick must come up. Let's see if we can find some correlation right now. It's important. The VIX is potentially one of them. US 30 coming down here. That could be a play here. Same with gold potentially as well here right now. Alright, two options. Gold short in the pullback, in the retracement. Pretty much like this. Or the US dollar, US 30 short when we break that low and we close below it as a scalping trade here. I lead towards gold. On the pullback coming down right now, hitting the new resistance level and coming down further. But it's possible because there is a negative correlation right now. Okay, so if one comes up, the other comes down here. So regardless, there's gonna be an opportunity. So you have the US 30 and you have gold. A short pump pullback on the US 30 is also interesting here. Something like this. We have been trading this before. You guys know that. Massive expansion. You want to break that low here. So it's either you use 30 right now or gold right now on the pullback. There are two scenarios for gold as well. You have this zone right here. You have that zone above here. That previous low right there. If you take the swing high to swing low, you have this zone on the 50. Exactly on the equilibrium right here. This is the swing high. This is the swing low. This is right in the center. That's the right. That's exactly that area where you want to look for another trade here. Or this one right there. This could be one of them. What comes up like this and creates a lower low? What's creating like an M formation here with that massive imbalance underneath, losing strength right here. Facing resistance right now on the 30-minute as well here. Or 15-minute, I can better say right there. This particular structure above. Right here. This is where he got rejected from. Right, this is where volume comes into the market. So he's short right now. There we go, yeah. I think this is the best one right now. It could be even better than, maybe better than gold. Maybe gold has more of a retracement to the equilibrium right here. Use 30. If you have your stop loss above here, that could be the right one right there. You can also take both trades and one of them will play out. This is a hedging strategy you can implement here. Gold is struggling around this zone, right? Gold is struggling around this particular area here. Of course, this is a lot of resistance here. So we have resistance right there, support, support, resistance, support. If the pullback right here. Use 30 is doing better, performing better here. You know what? I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna go in both. I'm gonna see how it's gonna play out. I do not do this that much here. I'm gonna enter both and see how we end up here. I'm gonna, yeah, short GJ. I'm short in gold as well. I'm doing both. I want to see what the reaction will be of both here. What will be the net profit of these setups here, right there. Use 30, looking good. What comes up comes down fast. We have seen that rejection though. We have all that imbalance underneath. If you lose both, that's kind of like embarrassing though. That would be embarrassing. That would be a kind of embarrassing, right? All right. There we go. Done. Just entered gold as well. So I'm short gold. I'm short US 30. Like I said, it would kind of be embarrassing if I would lose both. I'm testing out, that would be the net. I want to look for the net return here. If they're negatively correlated with each other, what's the rule? What's the thing right there? That's what I'm looking for. I'm just testing something out, guys. So do this on your own risk. I'm testing something out for myself right now. All right, if you break this low, It's done for me already. Stop loss gonna go and break even. If we break this low, if we can break that low here for the USD, then that's secured. And then we have gold left. There's kind of a midway negative correlation between both of them. So one of them is gonna probably be a loss for sure. If it's both, then it's yeah, then it's very embarrassing. No, but keep in mind, guys, do this on your own risk. I'm testing something out right now here. Gold coming down. If you think it's too risky, do not do this. I mean, I can understand this. This is definitely on your own risk here. This is not what we usually do on stream. Okay? So I understand this if you think it's too much here. Let me look at the VIX real quick. I need to keep staying sharp here as well. Okay, the VIX is getting rejected, so that's not a good sign here. That's not a good sign. Okay, I'm gonna close US30 on break even here. The VIX came down. Got rejected. That's not gonna work out. I'm out on the US30. Gold is still on the radar right now. The VIX is called the volatility index. It shows you pretty much what's happening here. Oh, that was good that we went out. Very good. Yeah, gold. I'm not a big fan of the consolidation here either right now at the moment. Yet I see that there's a lot of resistance at the moment here. So far we are completely break even for today. Nah, I don't like what gold is doing at the moment right now as well. Let's look at the dollar real quick. Alright, good that we closed the US30. The VIX is the magic chart to look at when you look at the indices. If you see rejection there, done. You get out. That's a no-brainer right now. Dollar. We more or less see like a positive correlation now with gold, by the way. It's not a negative correlation, so just keep a close eye on this. Alright, I'm gonna stay in gold for now. I'm gonna at least look at it. Again, I'm not a big fan right now of the volume in the market, but it's okay. It's decent. Now I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna wait for the pullback. I'm gonna look for the break entry here again for gold. I'll show you guys what I mean in a second here. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Let's see if we can see that break. Okay, yeah. Okay, stop loss is gonna go on the high here. I'm gonna reduce my risk for sure. Gonna keep it right there. Small, minor risk right now. Minor risk. Minor risk for gold right now. This is a moment where I can say, okay, we're playing around a little bit here. So if you do not like this, then just don't trade with me right now. Because normally we have a little bit of a different approach in trading. All right. Just so you know. A loss is a loss, even though it's only $60. A loss is a loss. We count this as a loss. Which VIX are you looking at? The Volx, the VOLX, all right? It's called the Volx. It's the VOLX. That's what we're looking at. Do you know Raya Banks? Yes. I know Raya Banks, yeah. Why? Gold will retrace a little bit more. Yeah, if we retrace, we're gonna re-enter. We're gonna re-enter at the. We're gonna maybe look for the equilibrium trade here. We're gonna look for re-entry a little bit higher. All right, somewhat in this areas right there. That's why I just reduced my risk right now. Put it above the high, and it breaks the lows and it comes down. Then lucky us. If not, we're gonna look for re-entry. But I hope you guys can see how careful I am with risk at all times here. For me, it has been working very well, very beneficial here. Just knowing when to get out and when to stay in and when to reduce your risk and when not here. Do you learn from him? From Ryan Banks? No. I like his magic keys though. Let's see what else is there right now. GJ is actually coming down again. Is the Japanese yen recovering? After breaking out a massive low? Okay, yeah, the Japanese yen is kind of, after taking out all the liquidity, kind of creating some sort of W shape here. A W shape, you want to break that high and then close above that high here. So maybe DJ has a second chance here. Okay, after that run up that we saw beforehand. That's quite interesting. What's gold doing right now? Okay, it's breaking that zone. Jan says I trade on a demo account and a funded account. After 1 week, 14% for the demo and 4% for the funded. That's a great example of when you look at... yeah, when you trade with real money, right? You get used to it real quick though. You get used to it real quick. You really learn to adapt All right, we're coming down. We're coming down to that zone. It takes some time, but it will get there here. So GJ, no. Japanese yen is playing with us here. Look at that. Equal highs, but it's playing at you. Every single time when you think, okay, it's going to break it. Every single moment you think, it's going to break the high here. No. Boom. Coming down. Similar to what we saw there. We didn't see that closure and it was good. Imagine entering here on a stop order. It was a big problem. That would have been a big problem here. All right. Okay, gold playing out in the way we want to. USD. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was a good decision. All right. Yeah, good decision overall. Let's get to 180k. We broke the low. I'm gonna put my stop loss and break even here. Pretty much in break even, just slightly above that zone here. That's it, done. Let's see how this runs. If it runs, it comes down further and so on and so on. Pretty much a break even for gold. Just to place it just above that candle on purpose. You never know. Can anyone tell me about the US dollar? The dollar is coming up. But it's pretty much ranging, man. That's why I'm trying to avoid pretty much these dollar pairs at the moment. Because it's ranging all the time. I'm trying to look more for pairs that show a little bit more volume. That's why we looked at the indices. That's why we look at gold right now. GJ has some volume. But it's definitely playing with us here as well, indeed. Boom. We catch the re-entry on gold. I know it was a little bit of a hectic approach with the US30 involved as well. But yeah. I think the gold has definitely some more downside potential right now. I think we're not there yet, for sure. Look at this this particular break. I think we can test some lower levels here. So this is definitely a low that we could take consideration. Yeah, keep in mind we're looking at the 1 minute, right? So therefore, yeah, you kind of understand where we came from, why we took that that retracement right there. Okay, the reason for that retracement was actually just simple. Yeah, it's resistance. There's a resistance area around that zone here. All right, you saw that usually that resistance, support, we came down, done. Like usually I look at areas of supply and demand, but when we retrace, I tend to look at resistance as well. Has been working very well for me. Support and resistance on the scale here, or for retracements and for retests, for pullbacks. So yeah. Oh, damn it, go. It's falling. It's falling. Dances, I recommend you for you guys have enjoyed the Discord. V2 is amazing. Yes, if you want to be part of our private live streams where we trade live during the London session with our top tier traders and me involved as well. We had our beautiful, today we had our beautiful EURUSD and a GU trade. Yesterday we catch that monster trade, 450 pips on Euro Japanese yen. It's all happening in the V2 during the during different sessions in the community here. Alright, so if you want to join our Discord for free as well, tons of other things to do here. Community building, regardless, is what we're building right now. A massive community of like-minded individual traders that are the most active every single day coming together. I talk more to you guys than I talk to my friends right now at the moment. That's what's going on here. Wow, look at that fall. Woo. How come you don't plot the daily flip? I actually look at that. I do that. I do that all the time. We tend to reverse around this time many times here, right? And especially just before the London closure. Rafael says I have no friends. Well, you have the community, my friend. All right, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. We catch the pullback. Lorenzo, did you get rich through Forex? Yes. Well, what is rich? What means rich to you? That's the question. Have you thought about creating your FX bot? No. Okay, stop loss definitely break even right now. I don't see why. Freedom from 9 to 5, yes, for sure. We can still pull back, guys. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just gonna keep it running. I'm gonna see where it goes here. We're gonna find out right now. If we pull back, maybe looking for a new entry again. Let's see from there. I want to leave this running. Just to clarify it here. We had this entry right there. Oh, going down already here. And this is definitely a beautiful target, by the way. These equal lows underneath. That could be a very nice target to take some profits for sure if you come there, if you get there right here. The equal lows underneath, yeah. Stop loss already on break even, guys, for sure. So no losing trades on this channel. Hopefully, not too much. You know Shaolin? No, I don't know Shaolin. Shaun, no. Is he good? You don't think TP could be 8091? I think we can. There is a chance that we can come lower. Yeah, 100%. I'm just looking at these equal lows right now. I think this is kind of like a nice, has some nice potential here. The London lows as well, by the way, guys. The London lows here. All right. That's also the equal lows that are built here. So the London lows are definitely on my radar. The London lows would have been nice. Definitely going to take some profits there. Otherwise, I leave it on break even. I do not see the potential of securing some profits right now. Maybe if you want, you can take some profits, guys. By the way, I'm always kind of not pushing you guys, but I'm always preaching that you have to take profits here. All right, because I just want you to make some money here for myself. I know what kind of risk I took in this trade, so I also need to think it's going to be worth it for me right now. So I'm going to go for the London lows here. But if you want to take some profits, take some profits. Some guys already in gold from here, from top. Did you saw my trade on gold on your Discord? Someone told me this was luck. I haven't seen it, no. I should not close gold before you. It works very good. Adrian, don't let somebody you know, talk to you like that, you know? You don't have to prove anyone to anything. If you are a trader, a good trader, you are a good trader, my friend. And I believe in you, man. My entry was at 1930. Beautiful. I secured 50% of profits. It's risk-free for now. Let's see where we're going. That's good. Take some profits for sure. You sturdy, no idea? Yeah, not for now, not anymore. I was maybe looking for the pullback short term towards this high here. This high potentially a little bit lower. But not for now in this particular moment. GJ, same. It's kind of like stagnating right here. It seems like it wants to come. It wants to come down here, but you know how it goes. We are actually tapping into the new zone, which is right around this area here. Where's that zone here? Alright, it's right, that candle right there. Right there. Look at the yen. Yeah, the yen is also, you know, it bouncing from an area of demand here. Then it comes up and then it's losing strength. Every single moment it pushes, it comes down again after taking out the low. So it's really playing here. It's really playing with you. Gold is making a slight pullback. So that's why good that you two guys took some profits, right? Important, guys. Artem Gigi says, I know Sean Lee scammed people with his mentorship and disappeared. He did it like 3 times with different company names. Wow. How do GU shorts look to you right now? Are you out of gold? Look at the charts, guys. You see my entries here, right? You see my what I'm doing here. That's why I did it. That's why I have TradingView connected. So you are able to see what I so you can monitor my entries. Oh. Definitely gonna look here at some sort of reaction, see how we react from this zone. That's interesting right here. Yeah, okay. We have more imbalance above. Okay, I'm personally just gonna leave it running. Either I'm gonna get stopped out and break even, or I make a good amount of money here. I at least want to target for the London lows. These equal lows that are built here. And the London lows as well. So that's a good solid first target here. It's a very nice target to take some profits. I think we're gonna reach the target this week potentially. If tomorrow is a good day, I might be streaming tomorrow as well. Normally I don't stream on a Friday, but maybe I will stream tomorrow. To reach maybe that 120. There was a target for the week. But let's see if it's possible. I'm not gonna force it. It has to make sense here. Banjo You really improved my trading skills. Amazing, man. Rodolfo, my man, amazing. Yeah, I have to say with this entry that we took here with the use 30 and then gold. This was just a little bit, this was just a test for me, right? But the moment I saw the VIX coming down, I was like, no, we're not going to test this out. That's going to be a closure straight away. So usually, guys, I focus on one chart at a time. It's going to be way easier for you guys to follow as well. But this is not what we usually do here. All right, it's coming down. I'm going to look at the dollar real quick. What's the dollar doing? Yeah, ranging, guys. It's just ranging. It's just ranging. Like you don't want to... No, it's just ranging. Just wait for the dollar first to do something right now. It's just going to be... This is... Look at that. Up, down, middle. It's like you want to... you want to wait. Yes, sir. You want to wait. You want to wait for that. The rest of your V2 subscription is lifetime? Yes, for now, yes. Christopher says, I turned 3k to 5k this week with little risk. Fantastic, brother. Congrats. Amazing. Yeah, it was a good week as well. Especially during the London session. Yeah, it's gold reversing right now again. If you look from the low to the high, I think it's indeed what you're saying correct. Yes, you see that we are coming into the golden zone. The 70.5, 79%. I've seen that as well. But I'm just going to leave it running. Regardless. I want to go for the London lows. Or a break even. That's what I want. Either one of those here. How much for that lifetime? $97. Use 30 swiped out highs and builds up liquidity. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're starting to build some serious liquidity right now to the downside. Look at which low put in which high particularly. This high, this low. For the level here. You have a 100k account and your profit is $200. Too small. Yeah, but if you make around $1,000 a day, then it's pretty good, pretty solid. Keep in mind, this is on one account. I have multiple accounts. This is just one of my accounts that I use for streaming. I can show off and put like bigger risks and stuff. I could do that for sure for you guys, but What is the reason you risk less than 1% per trade? Because I trade with way more capital than you think. That's the reason. You think that I trade with 100k here, but yeah. Is it good to be the buy limit on 1900 and sell limit on 1964? That's a good question. Let me see real quick. Let me zoom out here. 1964, you said? I would look on the lower time frame if I was be you right now. There is too much going on right now. Too much going on here. 1964 as well. Why 1964? I mean, okay, I see it right here. You're talking about the 3 daily chart. I mean, it depends on so many metrics. I will be a little bit more patient, a little bit waiting until price reaches around that area before we can say, okay, yeah, put a sell limit right there. I will wait a little bit longer. You will run into trouble if you start to put a minimum amount of days that you make. Yeah, 100%. 100%. The result currency pairs can one start with a very small count. Say $10. Yeah, like the big pairs, like the Euro US dollar, you know, British pound against US dollar. Gold, you need to see if it's possible. I don't think so. But I think the Euro USD, like the major pairs here, are good potential setups you can look at. So today was a good day again. Just to give you an example, guys, yesterday we made a much bigger trade with EJ. That was a big trade though. $144,792. $144,792. That was absolutely crazy. My man Thomas. 14792. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. That was a crazy one. We sold at a little bit too early though. 144,603, 144,185, and 143. So we sold way too early. Way too early. Could have been a way bigger trade here. Oh, by the way, guys, do we have a giveaway today or what? Of course we have a giveaway today. Of course we have a giveaway today. I've completely forgot about it. Stacy says, you know, I held mine to 465 pips. This guy held his trade of the euro against the Japanese yen to 465 pips from yesterday's session. Wow. Do you use funding trading? No. No. I'm not a funded trader, no. I have done challenges and like verification phases and stuff. We show the community that's possible, but no. How do I join VIP? In Discord, you can look in there. It's only a one-time fee, lifetime offer for now. We're gonna close at a in a couple, like actually very soon. We will have a cap of a certain amount of people because we already have around 900 people in our V2 in general. Okay, you see that, guys? We're coming close to these equal lows right now. This is why we were waiting for the moment. It's still like what, 400 bucks coming now into play here, guys. Don't look at my balance, look at the money we make. If about a V2, how do I join the V2 in Discord? We have events that are in the top left corner. You can join these events. This is where we have these sessions as well. Soon later on, we will create an actual channel, like a signal channel for it as well. Will be a little bit different. We're still working on it, working on this what we can build here. So yeah, if you get in now, you will have lifetime access for that particular part here for now. But we might change things around as well here, so do take that in consideration. We might change things around and create separate trading rooms with different rules as well here in the future. Because my vision is to have top tier traders that are in the community, that developed, that are then gonna help other people to make money. So we have, traders teaching traders, starting with me, starting with Thomas right now, and then coming more traders involved, traders teaching other traders, and then having all these like different trading rooms. So we need a different structure for that. But for now, we're still crushing it every single day in the London. If you ask if it's worth that one-time fee for now, then you need to ask other people in the community. I'm not really the guy to give you the answer. Okay, let's see if there's still some more. We're waiting for gold here, regardless. We're seeing the euro, Japanese yen right now already coming up here now. The euro is making that move back up. It's still ranging. Japanese yen, nothing much here. The VIX is right now cooling down a little bit. The only thing that's actually moving a little bit right now is gold. So that's good. Gold is actually moving in the right way here, in the right direction. Any other pairs we're looking at? Euro, Japanese yen. GJ, we were looking at GJ. Yeah, GJ is way stronger. Euro, Japanese yen is weaker than the British pound against the yen. We broke even on this one. US oil is coming down, but it's nothing much. It's still ranging. Yeah, I think it's the same. I think it's yeah, we have our gold trade. If there are any other opportunities, then let me know. What are your thoughts on funded accounts? I think it's great. If you start out as a trader and you want to learn and you want to have minimum risk and you are happy with the rules they provide you with, then it's the best way to generate money. and to actually learn how to trade and to learn how to manage trades accordingly and using and implementing the right risk management. Right? It's a completely different story than if you flip an account from some guy and it's like you watch a YouTube video. Oh, you know, flipping a Forex account from $100 to $1 million. There are two ways you can pursue trading. That's the one way. The other way is the consistent trying to generate profits, manage risk accordingly, minimize drawdown. All right? And having institutions come to you asking if you want to trade with their capital. Camcan says I just paid V2. How I get my code? You can activate. You go to the look at the V2 activation channel in the community. EU broke structure in both sides. How do we go about that? Let me check for you, man. EU. Okay, gold is coming down for sure. Yeah, this is. I'm still looking for the London lows, and these equal lows here, right? That's still going on right now. The gold trade. So the euro US dollar. Yeah, it's like ranging, my friend. Just ranging in my opinion right now. The funny thing is you can make way more money actually with you know, funded accounts and stuff if you want to do that, if you want to pursue that. Than actually with you know, with flipping. Yeah, you can make money with flipping, you know, but is it sustainable? That's always my question. If I want to learn something, I want to learn something that's sustainable, like a skill that sustains me. No matter what happens in life, no matter what I do, I always can fall back on that particular skill that I created, that I developed over time. And if I would gamble and if I would flip, maybe that's a skill. I don't know. Maybe that's a skill. But if I would flip, I would probably not feel that comfortable, you know, over time here, knowing that if something happens in my life, that I can fall back on something that I created, which I put my full commitment in for a few years in order to get where I want to be. You know, okay, whatever happens, I have this. I have this to work. And from there, I can start experimenting, thinking about other things in life. You know, other business ventures, whatever. So for your USD, if you break that high, it's gonna get maybe a little bit more interesting here, but you need to break that high here. These are actually equal highs that are built up here. And see how we react if we break the 106.078. That could be an interesting factor. That could come into play here. Thanks for your help today. Prayers are for you. Minor profits took risk out every trade early. See you soon. Okay, amazing, my man. Have a great day. Rest of your day, brother. I'm back. Had to run some. Did you take any trades since GJ? Yes, we took gold short. We took a gold short. We took a US30 short, but we closed the US30 on break even. And then we closed. We kept gold running. Lorenzo, okay, look at my customer support ticket. Yeah, when I'm done with streaming, I will look at it. No problem, my friend. Slick says just joined V2. Amazing, brother. Amazing, embracing. The next stream is not tomorrow though. It's on a. No, tomorrow we have another event. Don't get me wrong. We'll probably be streaming tomorrow again. Actually, maybe gonna stream tomorrow on YouTube as usual here in New York. Usually I don't stream on Friday, but maybe tomorrow we're gonna stream. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, dollar is just like ranging right now. It's kind of interesting if you look at the euro-US dollar unit. Euro usually breaking that high right now. That's kind of interesting. You see that the dollar is getting weaker? I think that will kind of push gold back up right now again. I think the correlation is back here. Interesting though. Euro-US dollar. Okay, yes, of course. We have the London closure in 7 minutes. London closure in 7 minutes indeed. We're gonna see we're gonna see a last closure right now. We're gonna see a pump right now. And then after this, in 7 minutes from now, we're gonna see the volume coming down a little bit here. Lorenzo, you're killing it, man. Can't remember the last time you took a loss. Either you win or you break even. Well, I lost 9 times here in the last 50 trades. I still lose, man. I definitely still lose here. Whereas can I pay with V2 and Bitcoin? Yeah, you need to open a customer support tool ticket in the server, in the Discord server itself, and then we will get there indeed. So yeah, gold's coming back up here. The reason is, of course, we have the London closure right now. You see that the final move. Yeah, we're gonna keep it on break even or not. That's what it is right now. But you guys took some profits, I assume. I like that last breakout for the euro here. I do like that. It's not. I'm still not completely you know, like bullish now on the euro-US dollar. Let's be honest here, but still, regardless, I do like this initial move here. Giveaway, yes. Let's get to 600 likes, and then we do giveaway indeed. Let's do that. We have giveaways every single stream, pretty much. What's the indicator for zones? Which indicator do you mean? Which zones do you mean? Okay, the euro is actually making a move here. We have 3 more minutes till the closure here, so this is what I'm waiting for right now. Gold completely reversed back to our entry here. I hope you guys took some profits. I hope you guys took some profits here. Oh, the London. Okay, yes. So that's called the session range. Okay, it's called the session range. Let me show you right now. The FX session range here by Himanshu. Himanshu or Himanshu. FX session range, right? There we go. There we go. Lorenzo, my man, look at Australian dollar, US dollar for me. Yes, sir. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh wow, look at the difference as well. What's happening with the Australian dollar, man? There we go. Look at the Australian dollar. Look at the correlation as well. Correlation is strong. Australian dollar is looking weak, very weak here. Ooh, look at that reaction. This is gonna be a move. I haven't seen this in a while here. Let's go to the 15-minute. Is it this candle structure right there? Yes. Oh wow, that's just like what an accumulation or distribution, I can better say. It's not looking strong. Is it worth a scalp here? This is just a scalping trade here, like a 1-to-1. Let me see if that's possible here. If the dollar comes after the closure, you will see that it will reduce. The dollar will probably pull back into that zone here. You see that reaction right now. Okay, we tapped into that area of the month. Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about indeed. Wow. Australian dollar, US dollar potential short coming into play right now. Right now. Before we start talking about giveaways. That's just a scalping setup here, potentially here. Stop loss above that high. 1-to-1 here. If the dollar decides to actually bounce from this particular level. You want to see closure above that high. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if it's gonna... Yeah, okay, the closure is right now coming. Is it coming? 7 seconds here, huh? Yeah, that's worth the short. That's definitely worth it. Short here, 1-to-1 short here. Definitely. Especially because the dollar right now is in the area of the month. I could see it coming up. That means that the US dollar is weak. You can see clearly that it's weak. If you look here at the Australian dollar index, we're coming down. We're breaking these lows here. We've been building too much. We're moving down. That means only one thing. that means only one thing here. So for me, pullback continuation. Some people place market orders, stop orders, and so on. Sometimes you're going to be right. Sometimes it comes back, and sometimes it picks that right zone. Less commission, less fees, and so on and so on. Less impulsive, but you have the risk of losing like missing out on your trade. That's the only difference. But it aligns. Dollar breaking up. Australian dollar pushing down after, of course, that liquidity was built up here. Conclusion: Australian dollar weaker, dollar bouncing at support. Can only have one outcome. Only one outcome right there. Let's see how this goes. Just a one-to-one here. Guys are talking about GJ as well. Now GJ's it's GJ's building liquidity here. I have to say you're right, but right now with the yen, there is no certainty with the yen whatsoever, like right now. So I would stay out of GJ right now if I were you. Or at least if you are looking for shorts, I would wait a little bit longer. Okay, we had reached our 600 likes, so we're gonna do a giveaway soon. Let me get one drink, guys, and that's it. Be right back. Oh, there we go, there we go. All right, dollar making moves. I have to say though that the Australian dollar is holding better in this particular range right now. So I might cancel my limit order right here. And I'm gonna look for potential entry manually here. So I will potentially enter market right now, but I think it's holding relatively strong right there. Gold coming back down again. After that massive move here, we saw that reaction from the London, that last pump from the London session, to take out a lot of stop. Or I think a lot of people that entered, they put their stop loss in there maybe. So let's see if we can come down again. Who knows? Our entry is relatively solid. We have a solid entry regardless. But this might run for a while. This could turn into a bigger trade. Who knows? Who knows how that one will actually go here? I think it's time for a giveaway at this particular moment. I'm thinking what to give away right now. What about a new prop firm challenge again, like yesterday? What do you guys think? Okay, give me 1 second. Let me set things up here. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yes, challenge. Okay. Which website do you check the percentage correlation? You can check this at myfxbook.com and you go to correlations from there, right? So myfxbook and you go to the correlations. And then you go to the correlations here, and then you will find your answer right there. Okay. The correlations, and then you look at all these particular correlations right there, and you will find out what to do here. Okay, guys, if you want to join the giveaway, you can literally go to my Instagram. My Instagram is Lorenzo Corrado FX. I have my private Instagram as well. This is just for friends. Lorenzo Corrado FX is my business. Be aware of truly like a lot of fake accounts lately, right? They're popping off all over the place here. They even have more followers than I have on my Instagram, right? So be careful. Be careful. Follow me and place a like and comment under my last video, my last reel. All right. And only once, please. If you do it multiple times, you are disqualified. Yesterday somebody won. He pasted more comments at the same time and he didn't win. All right, so one time is enough. One time is enough here to keep it fair and square for other members in our community. Lorenzo Corrado FX. All right, Lorenzo Corrado FX is my Instagram here. I know it sounds like it's Lorenzo Corrado, but it's FX behind it. Lemon, why you look like a famous boxer? I definitely fought a lot in my life, that's for sure. The market is purely manipulation. This is what we must understand. Exactly, brother. That's exactly what it is. What broker you trade with? I use BlueBerryMarkets and Owanda. GJ, what's happening with GJ? Yeah, GJ is still the same. Not interested right now in GJ here. So one more time, if you guys want to join my giveaway here, we do this every stream pretty much. Not every stream, but most streams. Place a comment and like on your last video, and we're gonna get it sorted. Yeah. I'll pick one particular one winner right there. How many followers on Instagram? Like 1888. Yeah, be careful. There are fake accounts with more. It's actually it's a new account. We started this account around 1 month, like 6 weeks ago. All look at the Australian dollar, guys. Look at that. Oh, look at that reaction. That was just the cleanest trade ever. How did the Euro news go? Pretty standard. Pretty standard reaction. Nothing spectacular. Nothing really going on here. No. Nothing really going on, but yeah. Lorenzo, can I still enter gold? I would not do it right now. No. Why are you not updating your scoreboard? I'm updating my scoreboard all the time. I'm only updating scoreboards if I took the trade here. Alright? It's important. Sometimes we look at the trade, we're anti-edging, I place a sell limit, but I miss out on I do not get triggered into my position. Yet the position plays out here. So I'm literally only gonna focus on put on the scoreboard only trades that are actually playing out that I actually took myself. That's by far the best thing to do. Okay, we're gonna do the giveaway in like 5 minutes from now. So Lorenzo Corrado FX, right? That's why we're growing our account. We're growing our new account, our new Instagram account. That Australian dollar, yes, we look at it right here. When it broke that level, quick, easy scalp here. Nimiko says, GU shorts build a lot of liquidity. Dollar is holding indeed here right now. It could come down a little bit. Again. I would not, no. I would be careful with GU. It could come down, yes. Yet we're building liquidity to the upside. Lorenzo, what's the reason for not looking at GJ? Japanese yen is still weak. Japanese yen is not doing anything, it's still weak. Not interested in GJ for that particular reason. I want to see a strong yen for me to short GJ. regardless of if the Japanese yen or GJ looks weak. Because the moment it breaks this level, you're gonna reverse very quickly. That's why I'm very careful with pairs like GJ right now. Unless the yen breaks, for example, this high. Hey bro, quick question. I know sometimes the Japanese yen basket doesn't move for a long period of time. Isn't that due to its weakness? It's actually because of the... just the volume in the market. I mean, overall, if you look at the overall and you look at all the sessions... New York session, massive, pretty significant volume. London, pretty consistent volume. Asia, open, consistent volume. So overall, it's just right now late. It's just because it's late right now. London closure has been done. You see the volume dying out for the yen here. So I think it's just the timing right now. How do you tell if a currency is weak? You look at market structure. On a lower time frame, for example. Okay, we're gonna start right now. Let me put in the link. I'm gonna give away, you know, a funded account, $10,000 Forex Funds, or I just sent you cash. If you want to receive it, you need a crypto wallet, right? You need a crypto wallet address. That's for me the best way to send you money. Keep a close eye. Keep in mind, only do it once. Only place one comment, all right? If you do more, then I have to make sure that, you know, we do it again. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. All right? Okay, let's where are we at? Okay. Nice. All right, let's do a giveaway. Let's put on our tune. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna give away a prop from challenge or around $100. $90 cash. I leave it up to you. All right. Let me pick a winner right now. Let me set things right. Let's go. Press some wins in the chat, guys. We have been okay, we have been winning a little bit today. A little bit. We're almost at 118. That's good. Okay. Let's see what we have. All right. I cannot give away V2 membership. I want to, but it's a little bit unfair if it's if people are already in the V2, right? Okay, hope you guys are ready. If you are ready, let's go. Oh shit, I missed my drum. I need to do it one more time though. Oh, it worked. It worked. Okay, sorry. It worked. It worked. Okay. Then I need one more song right now. Where's my other song? Where's our gold song? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Manu537. Let me check real quick if this is legit. Okay, Mano gbpjpy537. All right. Beautiful picture. Let me see what's going on here. Gold. Gold. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Mano J Manu. All right. Let's have a look here. Hey, this song is not working. Let me change it up real quick. This song is not working. Where's the other songs here? We have Laughing to the Bank. There we go. Okay. Mahu. Yeah, I think it's alright. I think it's good. I don't see that many spammers today. That's great to see here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, congratulations, my friend. Manu, you win either a pop from challenge or a $90. I think it's around about $100. $90, I believe. You can decide here. Send me a message on Instagram, and we're gonna get it sorted. Also, for you guys, make sure that you, congrats. Are you already doing this? Fantastic. We're doing giveaways pretty much every single stream. If you guys want to be part of that, you know what to do. Be part of our beautiful stream. Learn how to trade. Learn how to rock and roll. Learn how to place trades. Sometimes a little bit hectic, I know. But sometimes you catch beautiful entries as well. Okay? Overall, it's going to be nice here. I'm going to close down the stream very soon, guys. We have been streaming for around 4 hours already. Thank you guys so much. We have been growing in a very rapid pace here. If you want to know more about what we do, we stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the V2 live trading. All right, where we catch some monster trades this week. Then also on a Friday and a Monday we will have an event. So this Friday, tomorrow we will have an event, either an event or I decide to go live on YouTube. I need to think about what I'm going to do here. Maybe one more live stream, but we need to see. If not, I'm going to be in the V2. I'm going to give an event right there. All right, so overall, looking forward to have you guys here in our community in general. I'm going to share the weekly analysis as well. Every single weekend, 20-minute video. Look at it. You know exactly what to look at for the week. Very important. But you know what to expect. So that will help you with your analysis right here. And for the rest, guys, enjoy life. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I mean, life is good. There is no complaining here, all right? We're just making money. We're chilling. We're talking. You know, doing some giveaways. Trying to learn while we earn. We lose sometimes, which is completely fine, right? We had 33 wins, 9 losses, and a 10 break even. Our break evens are increasing right now, but yeah, we are approaching. We are getting better at managing our drawdown, managing our risk. Yeah, this is what we're trying to improve on every single moment. So I give you guys. This weekend, I'm gonna do something interesting with you guys as well. We are gonna go for a something very clean here. Let me set up our favorite final song of the evening here. If you are in gold as well with me, then take some profits. Make sure if you took already some profits here, you could potentially reverse. I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna hold my position, regardless. All right. Oh, there we go. That was not what's going on? What's going on? There we go. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate all of you guys. We're gonna do an AMA this weekend. Okay, I'm gonna be somewhere, you know, in my house. We're gonna set things up here, not particularly in front of the camera in my house here. I'm gonna do an AMA. I'm gonna make an event for it as well. This is on a Sunday. All right, so you can join the EMA. It's gonna be different. I'm not gonna trade. I'm just gonna talk a little bit with you guys. Just hang out, lounge, answer your questions about trading, about life, about whatever you want to know. It's all gonna come right here. All right. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Make more profits. Analyze the markets with us. And then I'll see you in the next stream. I'll keep you updated when the next stream is. All right. Thank you guys so much. See you guys later. Bye bye.